My notes are in front. Good. Hello, everybody. This is going to be my submission video for different events. Hopefully, your event. And hopefully, it's super cool. And my run is something that you enjoy. So, I'm just here in the load menu to show that save one here is empty. That is going to be an important part of the run. We are going to be making use of some saves in order to do some of the run manipulation that we will be doing. So, you can see there is nothing there. The other saves don't matter. We're not using them. We will just be using save one. So we are going to just start right away then. It's 3, 2, 1, go. So this particular game that I'm playing is Final Fantasy VII PC, any percent. So we are going to be doing what's called Yuffie warping. And this is the PC version, so some of the graphics are going to be crisp and clear and beautiful, and some of them are going to be, oh my goodness, how old is this game? This looks terrible. And some are going to be a combination of those, so please try to enjoy the lovely nostalgia. We are going to be doing our best to run through this and see what we can do. So this is still Final Fantasy VII. The game itself has not been changed, but it came out in 1997. But the fact that it is all together in one application rather than 3 different discs allows us to do the Yuffie warping and the save warp manipulation that we're going to be doing in this category, which is not available when you run the PS1 version. So other than making the game shinier in a lot of ways, it is still the same version of the game. But like I say, the little bit of things they had to do in order to make it all work just continuously makes it so it's a little more broken. We're broken in ways we can manipulate and are going to. We are not going to see any of those particular save manipulations come in until about 2.5-ish hours into the run. This is approximately, for me, it's approximately 3-hour and 30-minute to 4-hour run. World record for this is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So it is a really fun run. And I like to relate it back to the Final Fantasy IV no credits warp run. So I'm not going to tell you why yet, you'll just have to watch and experience that. But if you are at all familiar with that run, hold on to your seats, my friends. You're going to see some familiar concepts, as it were. So we're finally done with our initial cutscene. Well, most of our initial cutscene. We are Avalanche, a group of eco-terrorists, and we are here to blow up a reactor. Our main character is Cloud of the spiky yellow hair, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enter into our config menu. We want a memory cursor, active ATB, and fast everything. We are speedrunning. We don't want to be slow. Also, I'm running on an Xbox 360 controller, so because I'm not running straight up with the D-pad, sometimes things can get a little squiffy with the movement. So this is not a fight. This is a mandatory fight. We cannot dodge or skip this in any way, so we're just going to hold A to win and take out these poor troopers who are just having a bad day. They did not expect us to come and totally try and trash their reactor. And so, hopefully, they're set up for retirement. So you will also note I turned on all the different little kind of where you are indicators and things, the pointers, and that's just to generally make things easier to navigate. Most of the time it's not actually required, but sometimes it's really just super helpful. I am also going to rename all of my characters down to their first letter of their name. This is because all of the text in this game does scroll, so the shorter the names are, the more time that we save. Red 13 is our only exception, because most of the time when Red 13 introduces himself, he actually calls himself Nanaki, which is his real name, and completely independent of whatever I name him. So it's really not very important there. So we are going to run away. Everyone's here trying to show us where to go if we were a newbie to this, but we know where we're going. We have not only have we been in a reactor before, because I'm an ex-soldier, we are all these reactors, and all the reactors are just, you know, exactly the same. But we've sped run this before, so we know where we're going. Speed run. What is the conjugation of that verb? So one of the fun things about this is we have to talk to people to open doors, and it's much easier on the way in, but you kind of have to know exactly who to talk to get these doors open, especially on the way out. So, because we're not good enough to open doors, so we have our lovely team of eco-terrorists who are also really good at opening doors, and we love them for it. Thank you. Thank you for opening that door. You've opened the door to my life and to the reactor. So we're having awesome fun elevator times. Don't worry about what floor we're on or anything. They don't like to tell you that. So some of the manipulation and things you've got to worry about in this game is the dialogue. In that, all throughout the game, you are often given different dialogue choices, and what most of these are for the date, which is later on in the game. We will not get to that section. Sorry, not sorry if you like the date. Who we're dating doesn't matter because we're not even getting there. So usually, a lot of the different dialogue options have different point values assigned to them as to who you will be taking with you on your date between Eris, Tifa, Yuffie, and Barrett. However, again, we don't care about that. What we care about is getting through the game faster. So we are going to be selecting the dialogue choices which give us the least amount of responses. We just want to get through the text as fast as possible. In a few cases, though, these dialogues save us a lot of time. So whether it be to choose not to fight enemies, or whether it is to... yeah, mostly it's to dodge enemies, dodge tutorials, things like that. So, for now though, we are, if anything that we want is dialogue option 1, we're just gonna mash, because we know we don't need it. Hello, that is not going down a pipe. You know what's going down a pipe? That is. Thank you, Cloud. You were wonderful. So once we're done climbing down this ladder, we are going to safety save here. We are going to be safety saving frequent places because there's just so many spots where you can die in this game. And whenever we safety save, it will be in slot 1, but in save 4. We're going to need saves 1 to 3 for our future manipulation, and we don't want to risk getting in the habit of saving over any one of those slots. This game also has a habit of putting items on the ground, and in the case of that one, that restore materia, not only is it in our way, so we must pick it up, but we make great use of that item, so we're okay with that. But there's going to be a few different times in the game where we need to pick up an item simply to progress, and usually in those cases, we're going to sell the item, because we do need money. So we're going to do our first boss here, and the goal of this boss is, well, A, don't die, and B, we're trying to build up our limit gauge to set up for the next boss. And since we have memory cursor set up, I can now hold A, as Cloud will always select Bolt, and Barrett will also attack. Ideally, we have a few kind of different options, but by the end of the fight, we want Cloud and Barrett to have full limit breaks. And about part of the way through the fight, this guard scorpion does raise their tail, and if you attack the guard scorpion while the tail is up, they are going to counterattack. And this is something we're going to take advantage of, perhaps multiple times depending on the status of our limit gauges. But for now, we're just trying to kill it. Because damage is also important, not dying. Huge fan. So I'm just gonna kind of focus up a bit here. So right now we're honestly just waiting until the tail goes up. We will attack for sure once when the tail goes up. Okay. Chug. So Barrett is full there. So I'm glad I got the extra attack in because again, we do not want to use up his limit break. Good. Okay, so we're gonna do our counterattack there. So we should only need to get him to counterattack to us once. Another reason we don't want to attack multiple times here is because we do have damage while it is in this mode, and that's just a waste of everybody's time. So, Cloud, good. Cloud has its limit break too, so we're just gonna chill. Hi, we're having a relaxing break. Okay, so... Tail's going down. You just chill for us a bit, Barrett, would you? Bolt does so much more damage than Barrett's attack anyways. We're just gonna sit in this menu. Doesn't matter. Just watching the ATB so I know when to go back into the thing. There we go. Boss down. Just defending, so I know I don't have to worry about that. So I always split at fade out after this menu. So first boss down, limit gauge is filled. We're running away from all enemies until the next boss anyway, so that puts us in a great situation. We do, of course, want to get preemptives and definitely not pincer attacks, but we, of course, will deal with whatever we have to. We're really not in any danger at this point, so we are not going to safety save there because that's not safety, that's a waste of time. So we're just running out. We're just going back exactly the way we came. So one of the important things about this particular escape is Jessie here has gotten stuck, so we do need to get her, and so one of the items, like we mentioned, that is in the way is that potion. So we have to make sure to pick it up, and we need Jessie because she's going to help us escape. So if you don't, you have to spend some of your precious, quote-unquote, precious 10 minutes in order to escape. However, 10 minutes is like 8 more than we actually require. It's really quite easy to get out of here, especially when we're running. Like, that was a back attack and that took no time to get out of. So, it's easy to know where you're going in the reactors because for the most part they're all designed the same. Preemptive, nice. But sometimes the particulars of getting up some of these very narrow stairways is easier said than done. Let's get back to our elevator. And then we are basically out. So this is a spot where you do have to, like, you don't mash during here because there's no text, and you can send the elevator back down, and that is not something you want to do. So here, this is where you need to know which person hits the switch, because it's not necessarily the one closest to the door now. So we are almost out. I find those enemies really creepy because whenever they attack, it just gets an extreme close-up on their face, and you're just like, why, please? Okay, so we need like 2.5 minutes to escape. I don't even think I need, yeah, this is all automated. So if you don't have the biggest reason I like to put the press the select button to get the safety up is because it puts that little pointer over Cloud's head. So as soon as that pointer is there, you know you're in control, you need to mash or need to stop mashing. So it's a really good visual cue to just kind of help you. Plus, it just, you know, shows your watchers where things are, where you're going. And, you know, that's always good. You can't just assume everyone has played this game, though most of us have. But plenty of people who have not, so... Oh no! Poor Biggs. Look at him. He doesn't like the fire. Who would? So yeah, there's a lot of graphical, beautiful things you see in this section. Or not in this section, like in this game. And we'll talk about it a little more as it happens, but yeah, So we're coming up to a section where we have to be really quite careful what we're mashing. So we get one of our first dialogue choices here, and we do want to just smash right through it. It's not particular. We don't want to talk to Eris. I'm sure she's a lovely person, but we ain't got time for that. We need to get going. We are terrorists. We just blew up a thing, so we're trying to escape. These guys really love to get in your way. So now we don't want to mash here. I've got some very important text boxes. So we have 3 separate fights here. And if I'm mashing, I will accidentally select to fight them, and that is a waste of everybody's time later. Okay, so there's only 3, so I can proceed to mash again. Oh no, I'm surrounded! Whatever will I do? Oh, look at this convenient train. Whoop. My ride's here, guys. Let's go! So we go into another section of cutscenes, and one thing I do want to point out now that we're kind of here talking about graphical changes is one of the changes they've made between the PS1 version and the PC version is for some reason they decided NPCs looked weird without mouths. So not only are we going to give them mouths, we're going to give them these weird open circle mouths, so everyone just kind of looks like the, you know, open mouth faced emoticon all the time. And it looks absolutely foolish, sometimes much more than others. So please enjoy the beautiful nature of watching NPCs just looking shocked all the time. It gets better in future scenes, but you'll see none of the player characters have that. They did add a bit of clarity to their faces, but they did not give them the weird surprise mouth. So everyone is so happy I'm here. They needed their soldier friend. They thought I ditched them, but I'm waiting for my money, guys. I'm not leaving until I get my money. Thank you, Jesse. It was definitely a big deal that my face was pitch black. So this brings up kind of one of the first skips of the game. Now, this skip it's one try only and is very difficult. So even a lot of the top runners of this category are not guaranteed to get this. So let's see if we get it. So the idea here, and a lot of the kind of skips you do in this game, involve talking to two people at once in order to kind of keep control and to do things. So we're gonna... Nope, we did not do it. So what we were trying to do is we were trying to talk to Jesse and trigger the guard at the same time, so we could kind of skip this little cutscene. All it does is it saves 12 seconds, which when you're trying to get a PB is super important, but in the terms of your whole run is so minor. Because even if you get the skip, you have to walk off the screen, go back to the previous screen, and come back on. So, and then you kind of get to this section. So, you don't save a huge amount. So, the important thing to kind of keep in mind here is that there are checkpoints all along this train route, and if you don't have a proper ID, they come after you. It's really bad. So we know where all the checkpoints are, so we only ride the train to those sections without checkpoints. So in this case, we're just heading back to our hideout. We're just having a nice chill. Trains are great. We love them. Look at it. So in this city of Midgar, it is a town created by the Shinra Electric Company, who is using the source of Mako, which is kind of a source of energy in this world, and they're using it to provide power and electricity to people. And it means in this particular city, they have built a series of plates, and anyone who lives above the plate is privileged and well off and of influence, and gets all the wonderfulness of having this electricity and whatnot. But then everyone else has to live underneath the plates and they're called slums for a reason, because literally everything under the plate are slums. You can see just garbage everywhere. They have it better than some because of course they do have the electricity, but generally speaking it is not a good way to live. So and it is also believed by some that Shinra's using the Mako is draining and killing the planet. So we don't like that. So that's why we have become eco-terrorists. Cloud just wants a paycheck, though. So what we're doing in this section is you saw there was a lot of NPCs around, especially in front of our hideout. So we quickly leave and walk back in to get everyone out of your way so I can get to our huge swath of cutscenes faster. So guys, I hope you love cutscenes because oh boy, cutscenes. So that little girl's name is Marlene. She's cute and adorable and 4 years old. I want you to remember that she is 4 years old. That is not so much important for the run, but amusing. So in this particular series of cutscenes, the way to trigger 90% of all of the progression of plot is just for Cloud to try and leave. Oh, I can move again, try and leave. Oh, look, more cutscenes. Okay, we're done with this. Can I leave yet? So the one exception here is we are going to go join them in the wonderful game machine here. And we're going to go down to the oh-so-secret hideout, which I'm sure nobody gets anytime they play this, the pinball machine. So look, little girl hanging with us again. Look at her. Isn't she cute? Hanging out with, awful terrorists. Poor Wedge just got, like, kicked out of the screen. Bye, Wedge. Don't even know what Wedge's problem was, but, so, again, trying to leave. Well, look, they stopped talking. Let's go. Please let me go. Also, the dude on the screen either has a gas mask or an anteater face. You decide. So, bye. Not interested. Leave it. No! Let me leave. Go. Let me go. So this is our childhood friend, Tifa. Hello. You're wonderful, Tifa, but she's trying to convince you to, like, leave. Or sorry, she's trying to convince you to stay, to join us, that it's a good cause, because currently Cloud is just here for the dollars. The dollars. Or the gil, as they are called in this game. Or the GP in this one. The currency of money. So they're reminiscing, they grew up in the same town, and you get to watch Cloud kick his legs all adorably. Look at him. His hair is still stab-worthy. Yeah, by the way, please enjoy Cloud's hair, which I'm sure he is wanted in several states for killing people with. Look at it, it's so shiny. And by shiny, I mean pointy and stabby. Okay. So, blah blah, reminiscing. I just love the sky in this section, because I'm like, it's so pretty, look at it. So, random plot scene. Also, you know how I was talking about the graphics not aging well? You can see Tifa does not have knees. She has two sections of legs that are joined at a pivot point, but no knee in between. It's a little weird, but whatever. We just don't question these things. But yeah, it's one of the many examples of how these graphics have not aged well. So the remake, which is coming out, no matter what your opinions on it may or may not be, and no matter what quality it is or is not, it definitely will be graphically superior to this one, which truly does not take much. Though, to be fair to this game, they did a fabulous job, considering this was one of the first games, of its like to come out with these new and improved polygons. Okay, so we're out of that section of cutscene. But don't think we're done with cutscenes, guys. This is a Final Fantasy game. We have many to go. So, paying me. I love money. But not enough, because Barrett is cheap. Cloud's like, nope, pay me more. They're like, well, we need your help, so sure. And now we are finally done and we get to sleep. Cloud's like, no, we're done. Please. Please let me sleep. Please. Okay, but you know how it works in this cutscenes, guys. Time to leave. Also, please enjoy the music in this game. It is absolutely fabulous. Oh. Huh. There we go. So I'm looking here for a very important visual cue. Okay, so I was looking for Cloud to shift. When Cloud shifts, you know you have a choice coming up where you really want to say you just wouldn't understand. Otherwise, you get the materia tutorial, which is like 3 or 4 minutes long, and ain't nobody got time for that. So, you know how we mentioned that Marlene's like 4 years old? Well, we just left her in charge of the bar. Yeah, we're awesome people. We're saving the planet and letting 4-year-olds tend a bar. Please, please. It does at least get commented on later in the game, like, you're leaving her alone? What is wrong with you? It's probably a good thing no one got told that she was tending bar while she was let alone. Shady things. And there's your close-up. Barrett, get ready for your close-up. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. This is why we picked Barrett for the day. And Barrett's just, being a jerk, beating up people, random people on the train, because we're trying to keep a low profile, and apparently beating people up on trains keeps a low profile. Look, you made the poor fellow cry. It's not very nice. So yes, we were getting around earlier with fake IDs, so we're jumping off the train in 3 minutes because that's where our next security checkpoint is going to be. Come on, Cloud. Start moving. So there's no skip here, we just have to talk to Tifa. Oh no! The checkpoint has come earlier. So they're unidentified passengers, so now they are going to search. And we really don't want to get caught, so we are going to flee this train. We get 15 seconds to leave each train, and that seems like not a lot at all. But let me tell you, my friends, that is far more than we need. So come on, get moving, Cloud. So we need to talk to this fellow here. So, gotta do some menuing while we're at it. We want to get rid of the ice materia. We're equipping that, which is beautiful. And then we are putting people in the back row because we now need to get Tifa up. And oh no, we've wasted all of our time. So I did want to shift away from that gentleman at the bottom because otherwise we start to talk to him again. And we don't want to talk to him, we want to mash text. So by letting the time run out in that car, it allows us to jump off on this train car rather than on like the 4th or something later on. And it does mean we need to go through 1 or 2 more of these tunnel screens, but it is much faster than messing around with the trains. So, Also, I hope for all of you who can't, I'm going to sing along to the music for you. Because this particular track isn't super, but this game has such great music. So we're also going to continue our trend of running away from anything and everything. But for the battles we can't run, or, you know, in the process of running away, we're hoping that anything and everything is going to hit Tifa, because we want to get her caught up for our next boss. And what our strategy for the next boss will depend on what level her limit break is at. So we don't want to look inside this, we want to just go right down. Whee! So we only pick up items which we specifically need either for use or selling. We are pretty closely watching our money as there are multiple things we need to buy during this run. So we need to make sure we have enough money. So the ether we are picking up there is for selling. Now we have our friends are all stationed around this reactor already. They kind of got here ahead of us, and we're not going to talk to any of them. We know they've got jobs to do, and I also have a job to do, so we're going to avoid them. And by avoid, I mean ignore. And we're just going to continue. Goodbye! You're doing a good job there, Biggs. Look at you. So alert. We hold the run button as soon as we get off the stairs so we can move as optimally as possible. And it's the cancel button, so it means we don't have to worry about talking to anyone accidentally. So Jesse guarding that vent like a champ. Okay, Wedge, we have faith in you. My friend, you keep going. So this should look familiar because all the reactors are laid out relatively similarly. So thankfully this one though had a nice little pipe we should come down. So we just had some slidey fun time. It's what all terrorists want to find and want to have fun with when they are out on a mission. They wish to go on slides. Okay. So. So again, this all looks very similar. Just who is around and what is going to be different. So we are going to make our way to the reactor, same as before. Runny. So as you see, there is a save point there, but there is literally nothing down here which is of any threat or challenge whatsoever. So there's a difference between safety saving and over saving. So we do not need to save there, and so we're not going to. Either on the way in or on the way out. Our boss for this area is not in the reactor. So we're safe. But Cloud seems to really have a problem with reactors, so he heard voices at the last one, and now he's having flashbacks at this one. So whatever Cloud's mysterious past is, it definitely involves not such fun times at reactors. But stay tuned if you want to know what some of the problems are. If you want to know all of them, though, you'll actually have to play the game yourself. Because let me tell you, you're gonna miss a whole pile of this game. It's the beauty of this category. Okay, so we're all set up. Thank you. We don't even get a timer this time. We just kind of play with it, and away we go. So again, we're not saving here because there's actually another save point before things get dangerous. Or even potentially dangerous. So again, I am paying attention to Tifa's limit. We need it preferably at 20% or higher by the next boss. And what level it is at there will determine what our particular strategy for the next boss is. Okay, while we're doing that. We are running out. So, unfortunately, unlike the way we came in, we cannot take the slide back up. I'm sure we've all tried walking up a slide, and it's just too difficult. So we're gonna have to go out the ye old-fashioned way. Lots of stairs and an elevator. So I have noticed we are getting some decent damage on Tifa, so again, I'm above 20%, so I already know what my strategy is going to be for the next boss. Rather than taking a particular turn order, we are just going to regular attack. So we do want to open this chest. It has another ether, which we're going to sell. And now we come to one of the fun parts of the game, and that's sarcasm, I promise you, where we all have to hit these buttons at the same time, but there's no visual cue for doing it. No. You have to be really close to. You can't even be just kind of close. No. I'm doing a second time for good luck. Nope. See? Not quite. Nope. There we go. One of the worst parts of this run, because again, there's just no visual cue. There's nothing. You just kind of have to know. So we are just going to safety save here at this particular save point. We are probably fine at the next boss. There should be no reason we need to save, but I am going to act as if this is a marathon run, and we want everything to be as safe and entertaining as possible, so we're going to save at every opportunity. And again, we are not touching the first 3 saves, because we need those for certain things. Habit's important. So 4th slot, safety save, go. So we're about to hit our second boss of the run. But first, cutscenes, because, hi, this is a Final Fantasy game. It would not be a Final Fantasy game without cutscenes, and unfortunately it's not until, like, 10? Or maybe later where we start getting skippable cutscenes. So, President Shinra himself, along with some soldiers, some troopers, they kind of figured we'd be here. So they set us up and set a trap. Also, hydrate, guys. I've got some tea. You guys get some water. Hydration while you're speedrunning is important. So is movement if you can do it, but that can be a little difficult. Oh no, it's boss time. Okay. So again, Tifa's limit is above 20%, so we are just going to press A to win. And especially because we have Cloud and Barrett's limits. That's going to make this boss fight much faster, which we like. So, we have been ambushed, but I think it is what has been ambushed. Okay, so we're all set up. So this boss likes to counter absolutely everything we do. So if Tifa were at a much lower limit level, we would arrange it for her to go first because we would want her to be countered in order for her to get her limit. But as we have both Barrett and Cloud with their limits already, doing quite a bit of damage to this boss, that is great. So Tifa's getting countered there. So, we have taken out this boss, though. Too easy. Okay. So if you're thinking of speedrunning this game, one thing I want to note that in this version, and maybe there's a fix for it somewhere, but anytime you select anything outside of this app, the game pauses. And so you have to put your live split onto global mode. So it means please don't type anything you do not need in this particular, while you're running this, your timer will hate you, as will everything else. So find a setup that works for you, a notes application if that's a thing you use and need, in order to just scroll through and not break things. So Cloud once again is having a conversation with a voice that only he can hear, and someone new. Hello. So yes, this is a section where we do need to pay attention to our mashing, but as there are certain controls we need, but I don't need to worry about that in this section until I get control and can move. That's when I will have to make my first choice. So until the little pointer is above Cloud, I can mash at my own leisure, and that's what I'm gonna do. Look at Eris, isn't she lovely? So she's here with the flowers. Okay, here we go. Cloud's like, what? We've met? Never seen you before. Okay, so that's the only one I need to pay attention to in this particular section. So we can just mash now because we want option 1 for everything else. So again, these particular options are in order to save time, so we get less text boxes. So, kind of got to pay attention to what Eris is doing because we have to follow her around. She likes to run away, and then you're like, oh, let's talk. Now that you mention it, I don't know your name. My name is that cute lady. What? Look at her, she's adorable. So we have a little friend coming in through the back door. So something important to keep in mind here is I'm going to get control of Eris again. And if you just talk to her, you cannot progress the plot. So I have to, once again, act like I'm leaving, get her to talk again, and then come back and talk to Eris to trigger the next section. So she's like, do you want to be my bodyguard? And you're like, excuse me? Sure. I love being a bodyguard. Because we have this group of people, an amazing group of people showed up, who are called the Turks. So, something you're going to notice in at least the plot of this game is Cloud will act one way, he'll have kind of a flash of light, and then he'll be like, oh yeah, I do know that thing. Yeah. Play the game casually to understand that. So we're like, nope, we're not doing this. So there are 2 different ways to play this. I am not step routing in this particular category personally, so I'm going to use a certain strategy for doing this. So there's 3 options in this upcoming section with Eris, which is to fight, to stay, and to run. At no point do we ever want to fight. So we have to make so the ones we're going to be taking advantage of are going to be run and stay. So when we want Eris to stay, we're going to be dropping barrels. So the important thing is to know when to stay, and at the times where we have her stay, to know which barrel we are dropping on the head of the trooper who is chasing her. So, in the particular strategy I'm using, she will stay the first time, and I will drop the barrel in the 9 o'clock position. And again, knowing where you're going is important, because there are random encounters here. So, I want to dodge as many of those as possible. So, go up the stairs, don't go back down the stairs, get a random encounter. So this is the only random encounter I should have to deal with. Thankfully, let me run faster than some of them. So this is 9 o'clock position, toss it, so got it. So if you don't get the correct one, then Eris will have to fight, and that's bad. She can't run away from those fights. So looks like we're sitting here and doing nothing, but even though she's off screen, Eris is currently moving. So for these next 2, we want to make her run. So we have total faith in her, so we want her to run. So, but we're just chilling. Eventually, we'll see her come up on the screen so we can kind of track her progress. But for now, though, I have utter faith, because it's much faster. We don't want random encounters. Those are bad. Run. Oh, all right. Eris, you got this. You don't don't need us. Jump. Excellent. So she has joined us, so we're running away. Get up there. Navigating this game is always incredibly difficult just because seeing where you have to go and knowing where you have to go and the game actually registering where you're trying to go. It's I appreciate what they tried to do, but it's an incredibly difficult game to navigate. So we're running. And Eris is like, wait! So we're back into some cutscenes. So it turns out the group that was chasing us are called the Turks, and traditionally they are a group that works for Shinra, who is used to recruit new soldiers. So they're all kind of curious as to why the Turks are after Eris, because she's not the right type of person for soldier. And everyone always assumes Cloud is a soldier, whether he is still or not, because he has the glowing Mako eyes that all soldiers have because they have been infused by the glowing Mako. And again, that is a point which comes up frequently in the plot. But for now, we're taking Eris home, and again, not saving because there's nothing we need to save for here. But one thing we are gonna do is we are gonna go shopping. This game is actually really good about putting lots of save points around, so it is wonderful, especially when you're trying to learn. So we are gonna sell some items, all of these potions, no, all of them, thank you. And we are gonna buy grenades, because grenades are really useful. They allow us to attack for much more damage than we would be able to do for just regular attacking, and only Cloud has any sort of materia which does any sort of damage at all. So, I'm watching out for a text box here. That's right, Tifa's my girlfriend. So you've said you're heading to Sector 7, and Eris is like, I'm going with you, and you're like, that's a terrible idea, and Eris is like, I'm going with you! So you talk to Eris's mom, and she's like, can you just sneak out in the night? We really do not want you to go with Eris. I don't want Eris to go with you, and Cloud's like, well, I don't want her to go with me either, so no problem. Eris is like, but let's rest first. So we have a bit of a sneaky section coming up, literally. The big key things we need to do is we need to get out without Eris noticing us. So we have to not touch her wall, and we have to not actually run. If we do either of those things, the floor will creak, and, she will catch us, and we'll need to do it again. So right now we're doing another flashback, but a less traumatic one this time. This is just Cloud. This is more remembering than a flashback, I should say. So we're remembering, hi, Cloud's mom. Mama Strife. Oh. So we had a nap. Sometimes those are important. So we got that far, but we do need to come back and get that potion and Phoenix down. So again, we're walking far enough so we're not touching Eris's wall. Don't run, and we're good. As soon as you leave that screen, you are safe to run with abandon. You want out of here. You do not want to deal with any of this nonsense. You just want to go. So the next time we're going to safety save is going to be within the next section, but at a specific point. So for now, though, we're mashing through cutscenes, and we're going to do a couple of basic things to progress the plot. So Eris, of course, has magical teleporting powers and is having none of you sneaking off. She is going to show you the way to Sector 7 because the slums are her home, so she knows where she's going. So this, casually wise, this is one of the most difficult screens to navigate because it's really incredibly not clear what your paths of movement are, where you actually can walk and move. you can't distinguish what layer things are on. So like this thing here, knowing that it's from the bottom to the top, you can't tell by looking, you just have to know. When I used to play this game casually as a teenager, I would frequently get lost there and be like, okay, my game is stuck, I can't progress, even though I know I obviously can. Because I can't figure out where to go. So I tell Eris I'm taking her home, and she's like, no man, we're gonna chill. This is a cute park with terrifying things. Let us have terrifying park times. Hi. And you know what goes really well with terrifying parks times? Cutscenes. So let us sit and reminisce on top of the creepy slide, which I don't even think babies could slide, like, fit in. Look how tiny that is. So again, she asks him a question, and you get that flash, and then he answers. So, nothing suspicious happening here. Nothing at all. And we get to see our first Chocobo of the game. Look at it. So, such a majestic creature. And it's, leading this carriage. And, hey, on the back is our good old friend T. And she's looking quite lovely today. She changed her outfit. And so, Eris is like, oh, that's your friend? Let's find out what's happening. And Cloud's like, no, please stop. And Eris is like, too late, I'm already gone. You're like, will you please stop? You cause more problems for me than Shinra. Okay, so this brings up one of the most fun sections of the game. This is a town called Wall Market, and it is a perpetual fetch quest. We have a mission here, and we need to get into Don Corneo's mansion. We are trying to get access because, as we're going to find out shortly, that is where Tifa has been brought. So right now, we can't even go to the mansion. We have no idea where she is. So we're going to talk to this dude here, and he's going to let us know that T is currently in an interview to come to work at this really creepy Honeybee Inn. And so we're like, okay, all the interviews happen at Don Corneo's mansion. Let's go. Let's go get Tifa. So he lives right at the top here of Wall Market. So let's go find him. Let me in. So we talk to this gentleman, and we get told that the Don is not into men. Only ladies are allowed in. And that's a big problem for us because we need Cloud for his muscles. And Eris is like, well, that's not a problem at all. I have the best idea. And we tell the guard that, fret not, I am going to come back with my lady friend. So there will be 2 ladies next time. So we are starting our epic fetch quest to dress Cloud up like a beautiful lady. And specifically, we're not just dressing him up as a lady. We need him to be a beautiful lady. Because once we get to Don Corneo's mansion, he is going to select between the 3 ladies that we have in our party. And we need him to pick Cloud because it saves time and combat. So we are doing a series of fetch quests, and we're doing them not necessarily in a row. So this Materia Keeper, a guy, wants to know what the inn is selling. He hears there's stuff being sold there, and he wants us to find out. But we're a bit hungry, so we're gonna go have a snack first. And we want some sushi. Sushi is delicious, and it's only 70 gil. So we have to pay up front, so it's the reason we don't fill our entire inventory up with grenades. As amazing as they are, we buy 21, which is enough for now. We get our sushi, delicious, so good, and it was alright. So by complimenting them and getting that food, we get a pharmacy coupon, which we are going to put to very good use. And now we are also going to check out what is at the inn. So 10 gil, no big deal. But we need the 200 gil item, so we can get the best of the items. So in multiple sections of this fetch quest, you can get different items. You can get the okay item, which will still progress the plot, or you can get the good item, which will progress, which will allow Cloud to be chosen. So we need the best one. So we need to get the 200 gil item, and we're going to return that back here. Oh. And by doing this, Eris doesn't like the fact she's being told to turn around. Not that she can't hear everything that's happening. So it turns out the inn is selling protein drink sets. I'm not quite sure how those compete with materia, but the gentleman gives us a diamond tiara for doing it. So we love that a lot. It is the better of the items. So this is a very incredibly important safety save. We need this particular safety save because the next trick I'm going to do can actually soft lock my game. So we don't like that. Soft locking, as you know, it's been about 15-20 minutes since my last save. So we don't want to lose that time. So we have come to the dress shop because we want to be particularly lovely looking ladies. And in this game's opinion, we need a lovely dress to do that. So unfortunately, the shop maker is really uninspired and just doesn't make dresses anymore. So we have to convince them to make us a dress. So they're hanging out in this bar, but so is this poor lady who's really not feeling too well. So we're gonna do a trick here. We're gonna do some manipulation to do this much faster. Okay, so, oops. So, I may have messed it up, but the beautiful thing is, there's certain things you can mess up and be okay. So yes, no, we're fine. So we wanted that text box. What a tough looking guy like that. So then we're gonna talk to this person to progress the plot. Or we did it wrong. Excellent. Okay, so since we did it wrong, best way to fix it is to leave. You can always restart it. You just can't. Soft locking is bad. So let's do this correctly this time. Talk to our friend here. Okay, there we go. There we go. We specifically want to close that door. Mashing text. Mashing text. Ceres is just explaining that we want a Cloud to dress up cute. Okay. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I apologize. The important thing about doing these tricks is remembering all of the steps. And in my notes, I do not have the steps because I've just kind of watched the video. So what I have been doing is I have been leaving before I have reopened the door. So we're closing the door, mashing. Some of these tricks are tricky, so okay, so now we want to open the door. Excellent. Now we're going to talk to this person here, who we can't even see. And now we're going to mash the text and give this poor sick lady the medicine. Oh, and mess it up. Excellent. This is great. And by great, I mean awful. It's always when you're trying to do a submission video that you mess everything up. At least I'm not soft locking, guys. We're just gonna do it. Oh, I understand what's happening. I am not close enough to the person. I apologize for this poor showing. I usually get this first try, if you'd believe it, but nerves will make you mess up many things. Oh, doing the tricks. You gotta get right up in people's faces. I'm really not sure what I'm doing wrong, unfortunately. Excellent. Okay, so, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I apologize, my friends. The reason I am doing this wrong is because I decided I was going to skip a step and not pick up the digestive. Which is in a different video. Different thing. Guys, I'm so good at submission videos. Okay, that's good. So we're going to scare this guy and get our digestive. So the moral of the story is, I was doing the skip correct, and I didn't have the item I needed to fully complete it, but the implementation was correct other than the first time. It's okay, guys. We got this. Things are never going to be perfect, but you just keep your calm, figure out what you're doing wrong, and progress. So, last time is the charm. So, we're going to come back up here, close the door, mash through. Can't make someone feel better if you don't have their medicine. Always get the medicine, guys. Okay, so, tough looking guy like that. Open the door. Yes, someone is in there. So, talk to this person. Now we got this. There we go. So we give her the medicine. Okay, we wait for that. There we go. So we come to the door, and this is really important. So we definitely want the soft, and we want that shimmers. And now, as soon as I get the sexy cologne, I cannot clear that message, or I have soft locked the game. So we have successfully completed that skip. So guys, sometimes the process is really important. So now that we have done that, we're going back to the dress shop, and we're going to get our silk dress. Actually, we're not going to get the dress yet. So we're going to go back and be like, oh, hey, we're ready for our dress. So we're going to get it. And Eris is like, you got to try it on. Make sure it fits. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Doom, doo, doo. And Eris peeks in and she's like, you know what? It's not quite right. We need to get a wig. Wigs are important. Like, your hair is stabby, but, you know, we're not quite sure we're going to convince anyone that you are a lady. So we're going to do another safety save, because those are good. Because, again, I won't soft lock, but I will waste time if I don't get this next section correct in the future. So we're just safety saving and going to go do it. Because what we need to do now is we need to go and do squats. And just by doing squats, you will get a wig. But we want the good wig. We want the blonde wig. So in order to do that, we need to win the squat. So this is a variable amount that the person I will be going against does. So I need to get a certain amount to make sure I beat them. So I'm going to focus for a minute. I've got it. Okay, don't need to practice. Good. That was really incredibly lucky. Okay. So thankfully, my opponent did mess up a few times, but sometimes they can get as many as like 20 squats, and that can be quite bad. So you really want to get as many as possible, but it's pretty good. You have to generally really mess up to do it. So we got our wig, we are ready to go. In the casual playthrough, you can also go into the Honeybee Inn to get perfume, but we don't need that. All you need is the best of all of the other items, and you will be good enough to be chosen by Don Corneo. So we are good. So we are now Miss Cloud. We are the prettiest. It is lovely. I love the pigtails. They make me so happy. So right now they're trying to get Eris's dress next. And she's like, no, I don't want these ones you're suggesting. I want that one. And so she comes out looking like an absolute knockout. Very proud of herself. But we're ready to go. We have two lovely ladies, and we are going to bring them to show that ladies totally kick butt. And we're taking no nonsense from you, you really gross person, Don Corneo. But we have to pretend we want to be here. Oh, yep, two ladies coming through. Look at us. We are the ladiest of ladies. Hey, ladies. Okay, so they leave, and we're like, okay, let's find Tifa. Ding, So where would Tifa be other than down here? And Cloud's like, uh-oh, she saw me. Run. Okay. So this is the first time these ladies are meeting. They're like, talking about Cloud, of course, and they're all like, Cloud's right here, and Tifa's like, excuse me? Perfect. So we have to go through these wonderful cutscenes, and then we do want to pick up that item in the corner. That is a particular thing we want. But until then, we are mashing through all of this text while Eris pretends she's not listening, but is obviously listening. She doesn't have fingers. How is she supposed to effectively plug her ears? Seriously. Okay, lovely ladies. They're like, okay, it's your time. Come on. But I can't. I need to steal things from your, your dungeon. Okay, get my ether, because they're worth money. I don't need them for ether purposes. I need them for value. Give me money. So it's time for the dawn. Come on, ladies. So, he is another person in this game who just constantly has a cigar. Or does he have a cigar? Is that part of his outfit? No, he has a cigar. He is absolutely creepy. He is very gross. And he's like, oh, I have lovely ladies. Let me choose one. So we know, because we got the correct items, that he is going to pick Cloud. This one! Oh no! This healthy looking girl. So again, the reason we're getting Cloud selected, because if you don't, you have to fight 2 battles in order to get to whichever one of the other ladies was selected. So, okay. So his bed says heaven, which is creepy. Technically says sky, but it means heaven in this case. So I have to pick the second option. Oops. Don't care. Want second option everywhere there. Gets through less talking and less coming on to Cloud, so very much less creepy. So now we're putting the smack down. We're like, nope, we're here for information. And if you don't, we will do nasty things to you. I really do love this section of the game, though. I feel it was excellent, and I definitely really hope they keep it in the episode 1 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Desperately would love it there. So like, okay, so apparently Shinra is awful and is going to drop the Sector 7 plate on Sector 7, which will kill everyone in the slums there. So that's obviously bad. So we are now in a rush. We need to get back. But Don Corneo obviously knew he was going to win and dropped us down a hole because he's creepy. And not very nice. So we get a little section here of what goes on in Shinra. We get to see President Shinra being like, yep, this is what we have to deal with. And Reeve, who is the head of urban development in the nice blue suit there, is like, no, this is probably not the greatest idea. And Shinra's like, maybe you should take a break. You're a little overworked. And Heidegger, the other guy, is, I think he's weapons? No, Scarlet is weapons. Either way. He's just like, no problem. I will totally make sure that gets dropped. So yes, it turns out Shinra is willing to kill a whole sector worth of people in order to get rid of Avalanche, which is just lovely. It's really kind, strategic marketing. Okay, now it is time for our next boss. So again, what we do here is going to depend on what Tifa's limit is, and this time the number we're looking for is 70%. And she is, I'll give that 70, so we want to wait either way. So we want to get to Cloud. We wanted the first tsunami. In this case, we want Eris to go next. Oh, great. Ah, missed it. Oh, actually. I'm doing the silly thing and attacking. Guys, use grenades. They're so important. Grenades. So now we're just holding A to win, because we want to grenade everything. So this guy actually does a lot more damage to himself by doing a tsunami than he does to us. So we're like, yep, keep at it, bye. Keep at it, my friend. Okay, this is why we love memory cursor, because we can just hold the button to win. Oh, he actually hurt us a decent amount that time. Okay, boss down. Lovely. Thank you for the Phoenix down. So we're still in a rush. We're like, this boss has, whoa! Hello! What just happened there? Sorry, I need to deal with a quick, undo split. What is undo split? Oh, gosh. I don't actually know what the thing is. For some reason, all of my splits just went through. The timer's still going, though, so we're not losing any time here. Apparently, I leaned a little too close to my space. Oh, no, cancel. Don't do that. Control... undo split, control, undo split. Wow, guys. Best way to lose time. Undo split. Undo split. Wow. Lame. Okay, good. Still my random split. Okay, cool. Let's continue. Now, oh, I know what happened. The cord got over the keyboard. Global cockeys, I'm telling you, folks. It is the worst. So we're jumping down once again, further into the sewer. The sewer is fairly easy to navigate. Just kind of have to do it. Okay, so again, there's a save point here, but we don't particularly need it. No, will you please? So now we have to navigate through the trains, which is a little difficult if you're not used to it. We are going to pick up this item. I believe it's a high potion. We're going to just quickly navigate some trains. Or around some trains. So we don't need this item, so we're going to go past it. Run away from the next battle. Running away. Okay, come on. And again, not picking up that item, we don't need it. So this section, we have to actually move some trains to move other trains to open paths or make other paths accessible. Now you can go back. This isn't like a one-time trigger. You can go back into the train, so you kind of have to be careful navigating when you leave the train. That's definitely not a thing I have ever done before. Cough. Cough. Again, running away. And we're not quite ready to go up there because we gotta move this train first in order to complete our path. So we've almost escaped. And we have. Lovely. Oh look, it's the train again. You're not catching me this time, train. So we have finally made it back to Sector 7, and we're like, oh goodness, the pillar's still there, it has not been dropped, everyone's safe, we have to make it up there stat, because we have got to stop this. This is going to be disastrous. So poor Biggs, he took the quick way down. He really should not be too movable. But yeah, he's kind of not okay at all. So we're telling A about, you know, chill down here, and can you please go check on Marlene? She's a 4-year-old minding the bar. Like, this is bad. So we are gonna do a safety save here. Reno is usually an absolute joke, but this is marathon safety, so let us... Again, it's been a while since our last save. Please go up there. And we're gonna fight with the stairs. Stairs, the true boss of this game. And thankfully, we were given a free heal, so another reason why we don't care too much about curing on our way over here. And we've got our limit breaks, which we don't need for this fight. We are gonna use our ever so wonderful grenades. So we see that Jesse is stuck or hurt or something again, but we ain't got time for that. You're fine, Jesse. Just chill. You're fine. Just block it off. Barrett, however, has already beaten us up here, and that encounter wanted to say hi before we made it to him. Guys, I know you want hugs, but I want to see my friend, please. Okay, we got this. Look, we got our buddy. We can. Okay, so we're okay. We do not need to menu or anything, so we are progressing. Oh no, there's an elevator, and it's our old friend Reno, who chased us earlier. It's like, as soon as I press this button, which I just pressed, that's it. Pillar kaboom. So we are gonna grenade, and the beautiful thing about grenading is we just need to hold up and A, or up and confirm, and we will just automatically go there. Now, Reno's a jerk and likes to put one of our guys in a pyramid. We kind of hope RNG-wise he delays on that, so we can get an extra attack or two in before he traps someone in there. And even though Cloud's sword appears to be sticking out, he cannot attack while in that state. But thankfully for everyone, Reno's a wimp, and it only takes 8 grenades, and he goes, oh sorry, oven's on, gotta go. So 4 turns even with one of my team members locked away. And that's not such a big deal because, again, we're almost done anyways. Look, see, we didn't need that anyways. Oh no, gotta go. Bye. So I love the Turks. I especially love Reno, but he's a jerk. Okay, now in order to trigger things, we gotta talk to Tifa, and then we try and deal with the thing, and it's like, nope, too late. So the most competent of the Turks is poor Seng here, and not only is he here to gloat, telling you it's too late, he's actually managed to snag Eris, which is what the Turks were attempting to do earlier. So it's like, well, you can see each other one last time before you guys die. Bye. Okay, yeah, you go gloat in your airplane. Jerk. Uh-oh. Explosives. Feeling when you can just kind of dance on a come soon. You coming? Come on. Okay. And we're ready to go. Come on, let me up. So we're ready. Sort of game which might be fun if it's not to escape murder. So, like, I'm hoping Shinra at least evacuated the people on top of the plate, but the underneath of the plate, certainly we're not so lucky. not a very nice time from a group of not very nice people. Okay. Of course, President Shinra is just there with music playing, like the creep he is up in his tower. We're like, not cool, dude. Not cool. So luckily for us, we survived. Hurrah! And as you can see, it was close. We're not very happy about it. Well, we're happy we survived, but we're really not happy about everything else. Barrett's daughter was in there, so he is, of course, very distraught. And his friends, the rest of Avalanche, were also in there. Though, let's be real, I'm pretty sure Biggs did not make it. Or wouldn't have made it even in the first place. But he wouldn't have needed to be on top of that pillar were it not for, you know, trying to stop people, so the what ifs go on forever. So Tifa kind of dropping the info that she actually thinks Marlene, if no one else, is safe, because just before Eris was carted off, she managed to tell Tifa, "Don't worry, she's safe." So it looks like Eris did get her out, which is lovely. So they're just kind of discussing, are we going to progress with this? Has this gone too far? Is there any way off this crazy train, or is this forever? Like, what is happening? But even through his grief, Barrett's like, nope, no way off. Gotta continue. And of course, Cloud's running away. It's what he does. We're gonna eat a bit of food here while we're at it. Oh. So Cloud not quite so alright, but that's kind of Cloud's regular, so we're not going to worry about it. So we're going backwards again through this section, see if we get attacked by any mobile houses. And we're actually heading back to Eris's house, because we figure that is the best place to check. Maybe Marlene is there. But first, shopping! We always shop before we go to Eris's house. It's kind of our thing. So, what are we going to sell? Actually, no, apparently we're not selling at this one. We're just buying. No, we are selling. We're selling everything. So we want those 5 ethers? Goodbye. Goodbye, 5 ethers. We need you. And that Titan Spangle can go. And Phoenix Downs can go. We're not gonna die. We're totally cool. And we're gonna do that. And we're supposed to have 2 of those, but that's fine. We're okay. So we got 1 high potion. Cool. So, and then we are going to buy grenades. But we're gonna buy grenades until we have a certain amount of money left. So, yes? Nope. Why do I still have a Phoenix down left? I was supposed to sell all of those. Excellent! Some extra money, good. Okay, good. So, back to Eris's house now that we are equipped with so many grenades. And we're here to tell Eris's mom that she's not with us right now. She has been captured. And Eris's mom is like, I know, they took her from here. And we get back into plot exposition explaining why they might be after Eris. So, more trains. Hi guys, trains are the best. We should call this Final Fantasy train game. So, turns out, Eris's mother's husband went off to war, and she would check for him and wait for him every day. I love the two couples. Yeah, the spinning. And every day, he would not come home. Which is sad. But one day, something a little different happened. She found a collapsed woman and her child. Her very distressed child, obviously, because her mother had collapsed. And she is told by said collapsed woman to take care of her child. And so she's like, well, we always wanted kids, so my husband wasn't there, so I did. I took this child. And that she was great. The child told her a bit about her past, but weird things started to happen. And she just started to talk about really weird things that either no one would know or that didn't particularly make sense. And at one point, she preemptively tells her mother, or her adopted mother, that her husband had died. And she gets told, she finds out days later that that was, that the someone close to her that died was her husband. So she was rather sad. And the Turks show up even while, Eris is a kid being like, no, you need to come back with us. Eris is like, nope, no powers, don't know what you're talking about. Totes normal. But they didn't stop. And now they have her. So we have to try and save her. And, oh yeah, wait, Marlene's here. So, she's gonna stay here with Elmira, because that's kind and lovely. And we're gonna leave. Once again, it's a cutscene where we get control with Cloud, so how do we progress the plot? Try and leave. It really holds true for many cutscenes. Not every cutscene, but many. And Barrett's like, we're not getting off this crazy train, come on, let's go. Time to go save Eris. So we know that Eris will have been brought back to the main headquarters of Shinra, but that is above the plates. So we need a way to get above the plates, and rumor has it there is such a path through Wall Market. So where are we going to head for the third time after we escape from this awful battle? Please stop hitting me. Hitting hurts. Back through this way! Yay! We all love it. It's so great. Come on, be a house. I love running away from houses that are attacking me. I'm gonna sneeze. So if I don't catch it, guys, you're welcome. Preemptive bless yous? I don't know. So we don't want that materia. We don't care. Nope, don't go up the slide. Silly. So we are returning to Wall Market. Rip Bible thump for all the poor folks. And I'm sure if you talk to people here, they will tell you where you need to go. But we know where we need to go. But first, we need to make a stop. Reason why we saved some money. So we may not need this mithril rod, but we need to pick it up for a future boss battle just in case. It's really quite important to have it, even if we don't need it. It's a case of we would rather have them in case we don't need it than to not have it if we need it. Like if we end up needing it and we don't have it, it is literally rip run. Game over. So want to see something awesome? Yes, I do. So apparently we can climb up the wire to get to the upper world, otherwise known above the plate. So we're going to do that. Because it's the only way to save A. And we know how B feels, but let's do it. So, let's climb. You can't run up, you just have to hold the button. No mercy. Okay, so now we're gonna get some use out of these batteries we just picked up. Because there are some spots here that require them. So now we're just gonna chill here for a minute. That's interesting. So we have to wait for that propeller to stop, but when it does, we now have a path across, which is super important. We want to go to the next one. Come here. Let go. So you hear that swinging noise, and that's going to be something that we got to do now. So I'm going to focus up for a minute because it's a sound cue you use to jump on here correctly. That is actually really quite difficult, so you just kind of have to, at least there is a sound cue so you can get the timings. So unfortunately, you have to spend your enough money to buy 3 batteries, even though you don't need 3 batteries, but you don't really have a choice, so that's kind of how it goes. Come on. So we have made it. We are above plate, and we have made it to the Shinra headquarters. Look at it. So threatening. And this is where the best things happen, guys. This is quite a chunk of what's left of the run. We're going to be in here for close to an hour. Solid 45 minutes of stuff. So, buckle your seatbelts, folks. We are going to do some things. So we have matched through, we have said that we are just going to bust in the front door. However, so we're busting in. We have just lied to our party. We're not very nice people that way. So we're doing some preemptive work here, and we're making sure it's Tifa's turn to get into the back row with us. And we are going to safety save, and hopefully we're not going to need this because it is quite a time loss if we do need to use this safety save, but it's just better to have it. So we have lied, we are not actually busting in. We are going to take the back door, which involves stairs. Many, many stairs as part of leg day. So if you guys are familiar with the Final Fantasy IV No CW run, you can see why I might like this category as well. Because guys, we're gonna do leg day. So we have to go up these stairs for quite a bit of time, and we're watching out for a couple of things. The first is there is an elixir we are going to pick up while walking up here, both because we need an elixir and more things to sell is lovely. Also, we are looking for a particular text box which tells us that we're getting near the top. And it is quite literally when Tifa tells Barrett not to be a retard. Now, that is not at all acceptable language in these days, but that is the actual phrase which is used, as it was more appropriate talked over 20 years ago. So, please forgive the game for its dated talk, but it is the text box which we will be using to judge our progress. Or judge that we're almost there. There's a lot of complaining from Barrett. He does not like leg day. He would skip leg day from now into eternity, which is actually more reason why he needs to really perhaps not skip leg day, but that's okay. I'm an ex-soldier and I can just look at me. Look at me go! Whee! I haven't bothered to ever count the amount of flights of stairs, but you're doing this for quite a solid amount of time. We will have a short break in the middle where Tifa realizes that we might be able to see her bum if we are behind her and she's ahead of us. So she forces us to pass her, as she is no longer comfortable with the idea that stairs are awkward. That's not yet. It's a couple screens from now, I think. And Barrett just keeps asking, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yo. And Tifa is just so done. So here's our elixir. Picks it up. Okay, so now all that's left to do is to literally just stairs. So I think this is the one, maybe? You can tell because they're stopped on a flight of stairs like that one. I just can't even see them. They're actually not here. Yeah, this is the one where we get a little break. Because Tifa's like, what? She's like, you go first. And Barrett's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But she's grumpy and no, don't argue with Tifa. She tells you to go first. We're scared of Tifa, so we listen. Yo, what floor is this? No idea. So, the reason we take the stairs over the elevator is that there's no RNG for the stairs, but there is RNG for the elevator. You have to fight encounters in the elevator, and the amount of fights and the type of encounter it is random. So if you get the best RNG, the elevator is actually faster, but as a general rule, the stairs are faster. So unless you're doing PB attempts, there's our cut thing, so we're almost there. If you know that, oops. So yes, if you're trying to do PB attempts, you take the elevator, but for the amount of time it saves, which is very little, if you're doing just a regular run, you don't worry about it. You just take what is almost definitely faster, and you take the stairs. And you get all this lovely dialogue and going around in circles, plus you get a free elixir, so we have reached the top. Okay, so now we're gonna get to what is my personal quote-unquote favorite. It's a lie, it's not my favorite, I really don't like it. Oh no, this part's not so bad. Okay, so we're okay. Do we need to... We don't need to cure, we're fine. So these guys are interesting in that they have armor on, which we can blow off. Oops. That's fine. So we want to blow off their armor because in doing that, it does reset their ATB. So it does delay them from attacking us. Now I have attacked the front guy a second time. So unfortunately, by doing that, there's going to be no ATB reset for them. That's fine. So we're just in the whole day to win segment. Also, they have rollerblades. Don't you guys wish you could have creepy rollerblades? Armor and rollerblades. Backwards rollerblades, in fact. So yeah, you can't run away from that battle. And you get a key card, which we need. So into the elevator we go. To talk to my two friends here. They're gonna pop out, and in order to continue on, we need to talk to both of them. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna do some serious time here for a moment. I have to sneak past a bunch of guards without getting caught, otherwise I waste time and grenades, and we ain't got time for that, so... Waiting on purpose here. Okay, good. We made it. So, you have to fight guards if you do that, and you waste grenades, and it's really quite bad, so you do not want to mess that up. I will admit to have practiced that quite a bit, as it is. I find it difficult. So we're going to talk to this friend here, and by saying nothing, they assume we're a repair person and gives us a new key card. We're going to be doing lots of things for key cards during this run. So we're going to hop on the elevator here and hop right on up. Okay, so now we're gonna go talk to someone and guess a password. Now, we don't have to get it right first time other than to save time. There's an extra item you get for getting it the first time, and so we don't bother to go and 1 second, king. Okay, cool. So we got the second one. So usually what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to read books in order to find out what the password is. But again, the only penalty to not getting it right the first time is you don't get an extra item, which we don't need anyways. So we just go and we mash through. There's, of the 6 options, only 4 of them can possibly be the password. So we just try them sequentially until we get there, and that's all you do. It's pretty beautiful. So now... we are gonna do some parts here. Hello. We have to open a chest, put in a part, open a chest, so that'll unlock another chest. So we're kind of back and forth until we finish up all of these holes. So it's a very silly puzzle, but this puzzle will get us our next key card, which we need. So you know what I meant? So guys, spikes. So many of the enemies have spikes, either as like sharp teeth or legit spikes, but this, for some reason, that enemy just goes over, just totally overkill. It's just like, oh hello, we're gonna have spikes and teeth. So you can put these in whatever order you want. It's not related at all to the chest, which is affected. So you can just kind of go in your own order. We're gonna come back here. Again, you just need to put something in all of these spots eventually, so... Dun, 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 dun. Sort the parts. Click. Sounds like something opened up. Really? That's total news to me, so we can't get that chest yet. So we're just gonna get our last little sneaky hidden one. Not so hidden. That, I believe, is our last part. It is, so we're just gonna stick it in the back here. And that will open up our last chest, which contains our keycard that we need in order to progress to the next floor. Try and run away. So it's the next floor, so since we're right at the stairs, we are going to progress. That allows us to open the door here. But we're going out this way, so we see a little meeting convening here. So we're going to check it out. We're actually really interested in the politics here, and we want to see what's going on. So we're going to head on this toilet, because that's a cool thing to do. We're cool people. So climbing through vents, it's like a true heist movie. And we're gonna watch the Shinra executives have a meeting, because meetings are cool. So basically they're like, we're going to rebuild the look, Palmer literally just split in 2. He has no middle, he is literally broken. Oh, graphics. But yeah, they're like, so it's gonna cost this much to rebuild, and President Shinra is like, we're not rebuilding. We're going for the promised land, and the other executives are like, what? And they're like, we've got the final agent, and she will lead us to the promised land. And so then creepy scientist Tojo shows up, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna try breeding her, and then we'll have a better chance of you know, getting to the promised land, because promised land, promised land, promised land. That's basically what the meeting was. Promised land, something stinks. Spoilers. So we're just like, well, that seems like neat information. Let's follow him. So we back out of this. I love how the vents, you're just like, and now I go backwards. So we're out of here. So we want to follow them. So the meeting room's empty. So we're not going to go in there. It's a waste of time. But hey, there's creepy scientists, so... We see he goes up the stairs, so we are, of course, going to follow that. We don't have access to this floor, though. Oh hey, the door got left open for us. Not suspicious whatsoever. Cloud's like, this is the first time I've ever seen this person. So we'll continue on. Again, we're not exploring, we're following. Following's important. And there's glowy things. Always follow the glowy things. But we got a little too close. We best hide. So guys, we are the sneakiest. No one can possibly see us here. Poor specimen. So yes, again, no one can see us. We are so hidden. So we look, it's a puppy. There's a puppy in a jar. And also a glowing thing. Weird. It's got no head though. But it doesn't matter, because Cloud really doesn't like that at all. He is once again having some issues. Oh no, my head! My head hurts, please! And they're all like, yeah, that thing's creepy. Doesn't have a head though. Wonder what that means. So, sorry, precious specimen, we're leaving you. And we're gonna take that, because that's a cool thing. And we're gonna save! And while we're here, we're just gonna double check that we're in wait mode. Excellent, we are. Very important for this upcoming boss battle. No, 4. Okay, thank you. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So the strategy for this upcoming boss is, it's going to be a boss and he's got a bunch of little like samplings with him. And like these eyeball things. And they're really annoying and attack frequently. So we have changed, or are keeping the ATB wait mode, the active time battle mode at wait. Meaning while we're in menus and things, it won't move. So we're going to take great advantage of this with a trick called ATB wait. A wait trick where we are going to sit in menus during animations so the enemy's ATB gauge does not move, because everyone's ATB gauge is paused then. So it will give those eyeball enemies less time to attack, because they can do us quite a bit of damage if they continually attack us. So and we want to kill the boss before they can do too much damage to us. So the precious specimen was not at all happy that Hojo was here, so is trying to literally maul him, which we're not too against. We've already proven that we are awful people who will blow up reactors and stuff. But Cloud's like, the elevator's still going. And the puppy talks. Which we don't judge. So, Tifa, please take care of Eris. Which is great because, yes, we don't care. We're taking Red 13's name. He barely talks, so we're not worried. So, boss time. So again, we are gonna use grenades because grenades are boss. So we're waiting. So yeah, because these eyeballs, they're total jerks. We don't like them. Most of this battle is literally going to be spent in menus. They're going to have some time to attack, but much less than they would like. Because we need our ATB to move as well. There we go, boss down. Goodbye, boss. We'll miss you. So, hope you guys like Red 13's music, because it is here for a little bit. And I do mean a little bit. It's not here for a very long time. So he's apologizing. He's like, I was pretty angry. Whatnot. Okay, so, hello everybody. We are doing some important menuing here. So we need our active back. We are done with weights. Thank you. You've done a very good job, but we're done. And order, we want everyone in the back row. And we're done there. So we're heading back to the elevator, and we don't need that materia either. I'm sure it's totally useful, but we don't care. So had I not picked up the poison materia, which was in this chest, I would pick it up here now. But I don't need it. I've already picked it up. So we're leaving. We're done here. We're heading back to the elevator. But the elevator, unfortunately, is not on this floor. We have to backtrack a floor in order to be able to leave. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so we're leaving. Great. So now that we're back here, we're like, good, elevators. This is the best way. We can definitely get where we're going this way. Oh no! Invasion! Up, please. It's a trap. How would you... It's someone in a swanky business suit. Why would you think it's a trap? Oh, it's another Turk. So we have been captured! So we're gonna cutscene it up. Hello. Bum, bum, ch. 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 Bum, bum, ch. Bum, bum, ch. So he's still got his classic cigar, which I had previously thought was not in this version, or not in the PS1 version, but I have since realized I was incorrect. It just looks much more clear in HD. Made all shiny and stuff. The backgrounds are still all pixely, but that cigar is in beautiful HD. So, this cutscene is again Promised Land, Promised Land, Promised Land. And you guys are gonna be executed. Oh wait, I forgot! Promised Land. Bye. Hi, Rude. And Barrett, being Barrett, tries to, you know, attack, even though he's totally chained up and whatnot. Good job. Good job. Does anything else? Talk to my secretary. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that well from prison. So, one of the reasons as well, you want to make sure to name people the first characters so you know who to talk to here, though. You want to talk to Eris. She's always the bottom option, so we're going to talk to her, and once we're done with this, I believe, again, this is the shortest conversation, or I think this is the one you need to do to actually be allowed to go to sleep. Excuse me? So of course, now we've heard so much about the Promised Land, and we know that they think Eris is the way to get there. They're like, is this thing, can we actually get there somehow? And she's like, how would I know? Let me talk to the door, come on. Let's just get some sleep. We're done. Talking's hard work, guys. So we're gonna snooze. Snooze. Doom, 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 doom. They're very generous with both saving and curing in this game, I gotta say. So, weird. Doors open. Whatever could that mean? Okay, stop looking around. Oh look, our guard is down. Bizarre. All of our friends are still in there, so, let's get Tifa to help investigate. I can't actually move until... So we got the key to open the doors. And, we're investigating. Okay, so let's go follow Red 13. Now, where did Red 13 go, you say? He's gonna follow the same path we're gonna follow, which is the creepy, creepy trail of blood and dead bodies. Or at least downed bodies. We're gonna assume from all of the grossness that they are, you know, actually down, but, there are still random encounters, too. without the battle music. It stays creepy, creepy music. Wow, that's not very nice. Putting us in the garbage. Gross. Please. Thankfully, all status ailments go away at the end. So, again, we're just following the trail. It's not like there's an obvious path telling us where to go or anything. But we got a preemptive, so we're good. We don't have to worry about those guys. And the wall has literally, the steel has been rent. Very gross. Very scary. So again, we don't need to worry about the save point yet. That is not required. So what is required is go and check in on the president here. So, president's having a bit of a bad day. He has a sword in his back. That's great. But it does mean the president is dead. We're like, what? And quickly we determine that this sword belongs to Sephiroth. But we're like, we thought he was dead. How can this be Sephiroth's sword? What? And then Palmer, while trying to flee, as the coward he is like, no, Sephiroth was here. It was him. Oh my goodness. Please get away while we can. Sephiroth is scary. But oh hey! Looks like the vice president, who is also President Shinra's son, has arrived. And you know what happens to the vice president when the president dies? Well, he becomes the president. So he asks who we are, so we quickly explain, give a little summary. What a crew. That's us. We are a crew. So Rufus is like, I'm not too worried, because I'm the president now. And whatever is wrong with this company, I'm gonna fix. Because now that I'm the boss, I'm gonna make sure we do things my way. So he is determined that he is gonna do things differently, and he's gonna control things better and faster. He's gonna use some fear. He's not trying to be personable like his father. He wants people to fear him. And we're like, that sounds awful. So Cloud's like, guys, please get out of here. This is, obviously this guy means business. Let's perhaps not. So Tifa has advised us she's gonna wait here for Cloud. So we just removed their equipment. Because, and by equipment I mean materia, because most of it's not even needed anyways, and by the time we need it, there's different stuff we want to equip, so it's just easier to mash through. So we're heading in the elevator, and thus starts our next set of battles. So thankfully, we have our wonderful grenades to take care of everything here. So that's what we're going to do, but the real important thing is we need to keep Eris alive. And so we're going to be keeping an eye on her HP, and thankfully, if required, her limit is already built up, and her limit is curative. So we will use that if required to cure, well, everybody, but more importantly, Eris. And until then, we're going to hold A to win. I used up and A at the beginning. I keep saying A because I'm using an Xbox controller. Up and confirm to get to our grenades quickly. Because grenades are best. And again, you see we're doing like 140 damage. We'd only be doing something like 30 or 40 each if we were physically attacking. So grenades are a maze. So there are actually two battles that we have to fight here in this section. We have to fight whatever this guy's called. Legit, I don't even know its name other than In My Way. The second boss, or the second battle here, is a heli gunner. So, we'll be taking it out. Okay, so it's down. So now we're on to the heli gunner. And once we defeat it, we'll be on to a different set of battles. Okay, so we are going to cure Eris now as the next opportunity. Things crit, and I don't like it when things crit, so I would rather be safe than sorry. As I have been sorry in many runs, perhaps not in this battle, but in previous battles where they're like, you know, at this HP, you know, you should cure, and I had more than that and have died, so. Guys, a little bit of safety, don't hurt yourself. Up an A, get back to our grenades, and hold A to win again. With little to no fear about anyone's HP. Wow, that's not very nice. I'm very glad I cured there. See? This is the sort of thing that can happen, guys. Always safety save. And safety heal when in lieu of safety saving. This is truly unfortunate. Think they've woken up? Excellent. That is lovely. Excellent. Boss is dead. Do 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 do. Yay, Mithril Armlet. We're going to use that later. So, we are going to start because we're ready to go. Now, there's two big ways to take care of this battle. Rufus is actually not that tough, but we need to take care of his puppy. He has a dog called Dark Nation, and Dark Nation is actually a threat. So we have a limit, so we are going to use that immediately on the puppy. And then we will also go to grenades. Thank you for your noble sacrifice, oh elegant of puppies. So 4 grenades, and Rufus will also be like, oh god, the tap's running, gotta go. So that's 2, I think. So I believe it is just 1 more. Look at the time, I gotta go. Take that loot. And we are gonna menu because we have got some things we gotta do. We took off his materia and we need that. So we want store and lightning. So we are good to go. Let us flee. Come on. Come on, Mr. Cloud. I just realized my things are not there. Aha! So we are saving here. Now this is not just a safety save. This is actually a critically important save, which we require for our manipulation later. So we are putting it in slot 3. That is, again, if you skip that save, this run is over. So we got them, so we got our save. It also does work for safety just in case, but we do need to have that. So, hello Eris, thank you. We got down our elevator, we're just waiting to meet up with everyone. But as it so turns out, we got a bit of a party in the front here. We're a little trapped. So, Eris recommends we leave her behind, and Barrett's like, nope, you saved my little girl, we are not leaving you here. And here comes T, hello! So this is also one of those good spots to take a break in the run. So at this particular time, I'll be right back. Like motorcycles, because oh boy, are we ready for motorcycling. Okay, so we are immediately just getting right in there. So we are mashing our attack button here because there's different colors of our guys which can attack us, and unfortunately we did not get very lucky here. Because the red ones, as long as we're swinging our sword, will stay behind us, so we want red guys. Nope. Wow, we are really unlucky today. Get out of here. Goodness, please. So again, swinging our sword. No, we want red. Not orange. Red. Okay, 1 red, 2 red. Good. Come on, third be a red. Yes, okay. So if they're red soldiers, they will literally stay behind you so long as you are swinging your sword. So all we have to do in this section now is just swing our little sword and chill until it's boss time. So yeah, it is totally RNG as to which of the bike guys you get though, and sometimes you're just unlucky, like I was this time, where you get lots of the other ones. Sometimes the first 3 people who show up are the red ones, and you're just like, yas. I don't want to get too close to them, because I legit don't want to hit them. I need them to stay behind me. So we're going to do a cool turn here now in a moment, where the steering mechanics are lovely, but thankfully we're just mashing a sword. We're not using any steering mechanics, so. Don't you love our high-tech truck? Look at it. It's beautiful. And our motorcycle. We're so great, guys. Because yeah, any damage taken by our party on the way here will affect us for this boss battle immediately, so we do not want that. Pretty soon these guys are going to peel off because the boss will be behind us. That took a little bit of damage, but not a huge deal, so yeah. Okay, it's boss time. Okay, Motorball, let us have a conversation where you try and attack me and I try and attack you. So yeah, he attacks you right at the beginning too, another reason why you don't want to let things get too low. Who have we got here? Okay. We have our memory cursor set up. Wow, that is not good. I really did not want him to be attacking Barrett like that, but we can survive that. Motorball is really not being very nice today. Due to the nature of the enemy, we want to use bolts with cloud versus grenades, as it is faster. Oof, that hurts. That always hurts so much. But we're fine! 9 HP is 8 more than I need! Legit though, after this boss fight, we shortly thereafter do get a free heal, so it's not that big a deal. We just need to survive. Okay, we're near the end of this fight anyways, thankfully. Okay, there goes Tifa. That's okay. We're almost done. What I am going to do, though, for a little tiny bit of safety there, we are just not going to risk it. We can't risk totally dying in this battle. That would be bad. There we go. Goodbye. So now comes one of the less fun tricks of the run. It's less important to do it right now, but it will be really important to know how to do this trick for later in the run. So we are going to try and do it here now. All practice is great practice. So the next little kind of section is referred to as the Barrett skip. And by doing it correctly, you kind of want to talk to Barrett at the same time you try and leave Midgar, which allows you to leave while everyone is still talking. So I was like, quiet. You always know when you got it because everything goes a little wonky. Yep, got it. See, everything went a little weird. Let's go. Okay, bye. So they were all gonna keep talking, but we ain't got time for that, so we're leaving. So we are gonna do a quick safety save here. Usually I would not because I have a save I have to do game-wise, but we have some dead people and always play it safe. So you don't want to accidentally go back into Midgar because you will be thrown right back in to the same cutscene and you will have to do Barrett's skip again. I always forget to split there. That's why I need to change my splits to the end of Motorball rather than escaping Midgar. Okay, so we need to do a save right here. So this one is going to go into slot 2. This is another one of our important saves. And now we're going in. Hello. So they want me to come into the inn, but you know what? I want to do some shopping first. We've discussed this. I just love shopping. So let's go here. We're gonna buy some things. But actually, first we're gonna sell some things because I love money. So we are gonna sell Talisman I just got. Goodbye, I don't need you. And the Protect Vest and the Star Pendant. And we're gonna buy some cool things. So let us buy 11 potions, 11 Phoenix Downs. We want only 3 hypers. Tranquilizers are particularly important. And we want some tents. Hello. We actually don't need all of them, so I'm gonna get 3. Just save a couple extra dollars. Don't really need them, but whatever. The tents are for safety. There are some certain points in the game where you're just like, maybe I should cure. Oh, that's a thing you do. So, hello, I'm here. So you get to the top and everyone's like, you're late. Oh my god. They do that whether you went to go shopping or not. And now, everyone who is here, everyone who is watching this, I hope you love cutscenes because, my friends, we are in for a treat. We are in to the cutscene. Back to 16, no, back when he was 16, so like 4 to 8 years ago. A while ago. I believe it was 8 years ago. So poor Sephiroth here is totally surprised and just so like, that he is on this mission. He has just had enough. So we're chilling. We're here with General Sephiroth. And we're just having a conversation in this truck. And poor trooper over to the left is just like, do not talk to me. I will puke everywhere. And you're like, okie dokie, enjoy. I will leave you alone. So it turns out we're in this truck because we are heading to Nibelheim. We gotta check out the reactor for reasons. But we're getting attacked by a dragon. So we don't want to do anything with Cloud. In fact, we want Cloud to stay alive. Not because we need Cloud, because if the timing is not correct, thankfully the ATB was on our side there, and Cloud dies, Sephiroth often will resurrect him. If the ATB is such that Sephiroth still has a turn, yeah, he brings you back to life. And it's not required for this battle, you just need the dragon to die. So, yeah, you really always hope RNG goes, hey, HP and does exactly what happens there. Or that the dragon attacks Sephiroth. That's absolutely ideal. 120 damage doesn't even, like, smudge his armor. Like, it does nothing to 3000 HP. Okay, so we're here. Bye. I don't need to talk to people. Barrett's like, yo, wait! So, they were talking about family, and Sephiroth mentions the name of his mother is Genova, which Barrett remembers is the name of the weird thing which we saw in Shinra headquarters. So that's a bit odd, but don't worry about it. We're just gonna continue. So this section really is just a lot of mashing, but you kind of need to know where to go to trigger your next set of plot, where to move. You know, you can talk and do a lot of things here, but you're gonna waste time. So what I need to know here is that I need to talk to Sephiroth twice, and the second time he will let me choose to go to sleep. And that is exactly what I want. So next day, we're up bright and early because we are going to take a young guide who is going to bring us to where the reactor is. And that is totally lovely. So we're just going to talk to Sephiroth here in order to get things going. And we're just having a chat. Hello. So turns out that the guide, in a very stylish looking cowboy outfit, is Tifa. And because, of course, you guys are childhood friends. And so she, of course, is the daughter of the mayor, so very much knows her way around. And she is gonna, in, group cooperation, is gonna show you where to go. But first, the town is requesting a commemorative photo. So here you are. So shiny, so lovely, look at them. And we'll get a copy later, so don't worry about it, because you're actually not gonna get to see it. If you play casually, you can actually see the photo, and it is actually surprisingly important to the plot, but this is a speed run. We don't really care about plot, and we don't even get to that section of the game anyway. So, but don't forget that the cold mountain air of Mount Nebel is always the same. So we've reached a bridge. Hello, Tifa. She's like, but it gets more difficult. Come with me. Come with me if you wish to live. And then the bridge breaks, because reasons. Our group had bad RNG. They failed their bridge RNG. So, thankfully, almost everyone is fine. We're missing some of the troopers. We're missing one of the troopers, but as Sephiroth points out, we don't have time to go find them, so too bad, so sad. Shinra morale for the troops, so we will progress on. And yeah, there's still random encounters here, and you want to run away from them. Like, you can defeat all of them easily, and when allowed, Sephiroth will in fact do so. But if you can actually manage to run, it's better. So, you don't get any experience, though, because you're in a memory. It's too late, it's done. That'd be kind of cool, though. It'd be a really cool leveling spot, if you could, but alas. It is not. So here we're going to get a quick lesson on Mako and materia, and how materia forms just naturally. Sephiroth is very surprised by this materia that's just chilling here. He's dropping the knowledge bomb. Talking about magic, and oh, apparently things are funny. And don't worry about Tifa's legs here. They're totally connected to her body somehow. So we are almost there, guys. We have almost made it to the reactor. Yay! Draining the earth of life, one reactor at a time. Navigation is quite difficult in this game. So, we've made it, but, we're telling Tifa she needs to stay behind. Not actually for her safety, though. It's because this reactor is filled with proprietary secrets, and she's not Shinra, so she gets stuck with the poor lone trooper who did not get left behind. So hey guys, we're in another reactor. Hope you guys like reactors. This one has chains. We're gonna climb down them. Yay! Look at us go! Come on. Sephiroth, you're too slow. Bye. Oops. But he got ahead of us. Plot protection. And hey look, apparently Genova's hanging out here. And there's some wacky containers. So, Sephiroth apparently is just too lazy to do things himself, so he makes me, the person with him, do things. We're currently investigating why the reactor is having issues. Have to talk to Sephiroth in order to be able to look. You can stand in front of the thing and mash as long as you want, and you will never look inside to see the wonderful vision of beauty we see there. We need to talk to Sephiroth. And he, of course, is lamenting about the fact that these monsters appear to be created in a similar way of materia, lots of Mako, and hey, aren't soldiers created that way? What makes it so us soldiers are not monsters? And well, Sephiroth's not very happy right now. Like, very not happy. Taking out his, frankly, sort of overcompensation and attacks some things. Because that's what he does when he's unhappy. Seems legit. So these were apparently humans at one point, but now they are something else. Doom, doom, doom. This is Sephiroth. Didn't understand what Sephiroth meant then. Who wouldn't be surprised that your employer was creating literal monsters? Not just even figurative monsters, literal monsters. Oops. Okay, fine. No, we don't need to save. Keep going. If you accidentally go into the part where it's like, let's take a break and save, you can just quickly exit out and it progresses on. So guys, this is an excellent opportunity. Get up, stand up, stretch a bit. That's a good thing. Ooh, that's what we're gonna do here while mashing buttons. Because video games are fun, but stay healthy. Okay, so apparently, he's already in the Shinra mansion. So we're gonna go take a look and see what Sephiroth's up to. That seems like a good idea. Our boss is just randomly, doing things. Let's go see what he's at. And go through the secret passage with the creepy stairs. Don't worry about it. These stairs actually look to be in way more disrepair than the bridge. So when I fall to the bottom of this thing, don't worry about me. We'll be fine. So look, there he is. Oh, he's just reading. We're totally fine. What could possibly go wrong? So he's found a bunch of reports. Looks like there have been experiments here. Cool. Everyone needs a place to do experiments. Down in a secret bunker seems like a good place. Totally safe, totally contained. Nobody will hear you scream. So he's finding out in here that, turns out that, his mother, Genova, according to these things, are, is not quite human. So he's, not very happy. And he must know more. And not once did the light in the basement go out. He's got the good energy drinks in there. Mako based. So don't worry about the creepy music, guys. The really ominous music, there's nothing wrong. Everything is fine. There's nothing to worry about whatsoever. I'm not quite sure we got rooms in the inn, if we could just chill here. Okay, soldier just hanging out, whatever. Everything's gotta be fine. What would your life be like if you could hear the background music to the movie of your life? You'd be like, uh-oh, maybe I won't do this thing I was gonna do. I've been warned by the background music. And the evil laughter certainly doesn't make me feel any more reassured, but sure, let's go check on our boss. Everything's fine. Don't fret. Apparently I'm a traitor. Good. So, according to Sephiroth, apparently my ancestors, or Cloud's ancestors, killed off all of his ancestors, who he believes were the Cetra, or ancients. And so I'm a traitor to the planet, as the ancients were the protectors of the planet. And he's gonna go see his mother, which is a little weird. We're just like, what? What's happening here? Oh look, the music got creepier. Please, please don't fret. Everything's fine here. Everything is completely under control. Oh god. I love this music, by the way. It's so great. Oh, and the trooper there is gone. Don't even worry about it. Everything's fine. Oh, and the place is on fire. Everything's fine. We're totally fine. Oh god. It's like that meme where you see the dog and it's like, everything is fine while everything is on fire. Everything is not fine. So we figure that trooper is not okay, and the house we were in is not okay. We're very displeased about that. Oh look, there's Sephiroth. Let's go have a pleasant conversation. I love this cutscene, it's so great. I remember when this sort of cutscene was the pinnacle of all video game cutscenes. You're just like, oh god, Sephiroth. So cool looking, so terrifying. So yeah, one of just the unfortunate things about running RPG speedruns is you're gonna have to deal with cutscenes. So please enjoy. If we're gonna be here, we might as well enjoy them. We're almost there. We are almost through. We're almost through this set of flashbacks. Because yes, these are flashback cutscenes. Oh hey, this looks a little familiar. So, turns out, Tifa's dad's not so okay. And so she takes Sephiroth's sword, which just happens to be abandoned there, and runs off. While Sephiroth is in to see his mother, who is apparently behind that door. She's totally okay, guys. And Tifa, don't worry, she's also fine. She just sliced with a sword and flew down a flight of stairs, which is bad without the sword. So we do need to talk to Tifa here to move her body out of the way. You cannot go up the stairs with her there, so. So yes, we are the kind, chivalrous person who moves our childhood friend so we can go up the stairs. Bye. I'm not checking if you're okay though. You're on your own for that. So we are getting to a eye sensitivity warning if you have seizures from flashing lights or anything. We are about to hit a section of the game which has that, so please be warned. I'll let you know immediately before it. But yeah, we're about to get flashy up in here. And we're like, Sephiroth, you literally just destroyed my hometown. Literal what? WTF? What have you done? Okay, We get a cool cutscene first, and then shortly after that is when the flashing begins. Those worthless creatures are stealing the planet from Mother. But now I'm here with you. So don't worry. I'm worrying. I'm totally worrying a lot. Your mother is in a literal tube, Sephiroth. Oh hey, this looks familiar, but she's got a head now. And a cool hat. Hey cool hat, what up? Okay, flashing warning now. So guys, look away. I'll tell you when you can look back and the flashing is done. Even I don't like the flashing, and I don't have a particular... Here we go. When it starts changing perspective back and forth between Cloud and Sephiroth. There we go. So look away if you have sensitivity, eye problems. Okay, you're safe to look back. So, the cutscene's over. Cloud's like, and we're done. And Tifa's like, I'm alive. Should I not be alive here? Everyone's like, what? What? Yeah, just leave it to you. So there's that explained a lot about why things are happening, but like Fred says, what a fascinating story, because that was definitely fascinating. Not quite sure how that ended, but I'm sure it's not important. But guys, the really important thing, I just got me a cell phone, or a PHS as they call them in this game. So we're done, we're leaving. We are done with Cutscene City, folks, so we're gonna just spin us around. So now, the next thing we're going to do is a handy-dandy trick called the Zolom skip. So I'm most likely going to do the second iteration of that, which is I'm going to go halfway across, and as the Zolom gets near me, I am going to save and quit. I'm going to reload, and then from that point on, I will be able to make it to the other side without the Zolom getting me. It's pretty cool because the Zolom's pretty murderous. You're supposed to go and get a chocobo, but first we are going to actually safety save before we do that. So, slot 4. Oh, did too early. Don't go too early, guys. It's bad. I went too early even for like, so we're gonna... Nope. Nope, see this is why you always safety save before the save in the middle, because sometimes the Zolom just gets you. And it just says, hi guys, what up? Zolom skip, not easy. So we're gonna immediately go right here. Okay, good. Okay, so we're gonna save in 5. This is the only time I'm gonna use 5, because just in case somehow it gets messed up. So we're quitting, bringing it back up. Get the mouse out of the way. We ain't got time for the mouse. So... there we go. Zolom skipped. Now we're gonna try and also cutscene skip and fail. That's okay. Less important because we're just running through anyways. Da-da-da. The most important thing is to skip that Zolom. And we did. And now we're out. Bye. Oh, we did Zolom skip, so we can split that. So we have now entered the Mithril Mines. Guys, I hope you enjoy the Mithril Mines. Things are about to get kind of weird. But first, the Turks. Because we love the Turks. Who does not love the Turks? Okay. So we've got a new Turk introduced. Now we have Elena. Please enjoy Elena. This is the only time you're going to see her. As cool as she is, I love all the Turks. To be brutally honest, I love them. They're amazing. But, this is a very special run where you don't get to see a lot of things. Don't let Sephiroth get away. Aw, Rude telling us that Reno wants to see us after his injuries are healed. And Sang is just like, oh, where's A? Give her my regards. Sang why, please. Okay, so we're done with that. Cutscene over. Things are about to get cool. So, hello. We are outside the Mithril Mines, so we're going to save here because that's a cool thing to do. We are going to save in slot 1. And we're going to quit. Goodbye. We're done here. Okay, and now we are gonna go back. So guys, you know how I told you we're done with cutscenes and we're done with flashbacks? I lied. I hope you guys like flashbacks, because guess what we got for you? Flashback number 2! Now with more everything. I didn't know what to say more of. Now with more bridges? Yes, more bridges. Come here. Hey guys, we're back. So if you have missed the flashback the first time, here's your opportunity for more. And why are we coming back in here, you say? We just spent 20 minutes going through this cutscene previously. Why are we doing it again? To see Sephiroth and his surprised face, obviously. Come on. I'm poor motion sick guy. So what we're really here for is this is the first part of our save warping and manipulation. So we are going to use, now that we have our saves, we have our important saves set up now. And now that we do have them set up, we are going to use them to warp around and go to cool places. And again, we can only do this in the PC version because it doesn't rely on discs. It's really quite critical, and memory corruption and stuff. So we're just going to break things a little bit. So let's see if RNG is on our side for the second time with this dragon. Really cool dragon. Come on. Nope. Not what I wanted. Please attack Sephiroth. No! So we're not in luck. Thank you, Sephiroth. You're so kind. Now, can you please just attack the dragon? I'm going to die again. Oh good, he attacks Sephiroth, yes. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. Doom. Doom. And then we arrived. So, yeah, we're not actually going to see the entire cutscene. We're actually only going to see about a third or less of the cutscene stuff. Actually, much less. We're going to see much less of this cutscene than previous. So, don't fret. Don't worry. We're not going to spend another 20 minutes watching Sephiroth in his descent into absolute madness and disaster. We are going to run away again, though. Bye! Whee! I love Barrett when he's like, yeah, wait a minute! Barrett just gets so excitable. He's just like, duh! And Tifa's like, ask questions later, oh my god. Barrett is me. Just so you know, the soul of Barrett's personality. I just sit there being like, no questions now. Guys, are we there yet? Please. That's why Barrett's amazing. Except he's got a cool gun arm. I do not have a cool gun arm. Okay. Back in. We want napsies. We're not ready. We don't want to explore. We don't want to see our family. I want a nap. Guys, I'm tired. Yeah, let's go to sleep. Okay, so time for our young guide. And it is also time for some cool tech. So we're going to do here what is referred to as the picture skip. So as you remember from the first time here, we got a picture taken. But we don't want to do that this time now. So we're going to do the trick of trying to get two things at once. So if we go too close to this door, Sephiroth is literally going to yell at us. So we need him to yell at us at the same time I talk to this guy. Oh, I got it really quick too. Look at me, guys. So because of that, usually if you try and leave, the game literally flips out and it goes, you can't leave, we're not done here, but we just skip that, don't worry about it. We don't need a picture, we don't need any of that, what I need to do is leave. So, and guys, do you forget? A macro reactor was built on Mount Nebel. The cold mountain air of Mount Nebel was the same. The same as like 5 minutes ago? What? Actually, it's closer to 10 minutes ago. So things are going to be a little bit different this time. Because we just skipped picking up our friends again. So, you know what, Tifa? I don't want to go with you this time. Bye. So instead, we're going to hang out here for a bit. We're just gonna run back and forth. Don't worry about it. We're fine. We're just having a little walk, having a little jog. Working out that excess energy. There we go. Okay, so oh no, game over. Whatever happened. What will I do? The answer? I don't think I want to do this cutscene stuff anymore. I think we've seen it enough. I think we're just going to progress. So we're going to go back to here. Hello. So, we are over here, back outside the Mithril Mines, and there's Fort Condor. So, you know what? We still have some excess energy, so we're just going to chill a bit. Hello. Maybe get a few extra levels so we can go back and, you know, not die. Right? I'm sure it totally works that way. But we're gonna use some grenades, because grenades are a cool thing. I don't think that did me any damage. Don't even know what this enemy was trying to do, but okay, cool. But we took care of it. Don't worry about it. And oh, hey, look, we're back in the, you know, I said we were done with the cutscene, and we are done with the cutscene, but we're back in the cutscene. Just don't worry about it. We're totally cool. So we're back in Nibelheim, and but we can actually go places. The bridge didn't break, and we're gonna go chill out here. So there's a cool boss here. Hello. We're gonna do some very, very, very important menuing here, like the most important thing. So first off, we're gonna set this to wait. There is a strategy for doing it in active, but I like the wait strategy myself. So we're changing our party a bit. We need these people. So remember those tranquilizers we bought earlier? We need them. We're feeling very sad, and we want to arrange items by type. That is great. Okay. And everyone's in the back row, that's lovely. So we want to limit, hello. Yes, so we are resetting her limit. Now, Eris is the key here. She is very important, and I'll show you how momentarily. But first, we gotta do some changing here. So you have the poison materia, that sounds cool, and you have the restore. Yes. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna deal with Eris's menu, because we need to do some very important things with Eris. So first we're gonna give her the Mithril Armlet, and she should be a level 8, and so far she is, which is great. So we're just hopping in here and making sure, so her attack is a little high. We don't like that. So, because of that, this is why we make sure to pick up the Mithril Rod. Or actually, sorry, we want to, I'm gonna say yes. Sorry, we want the, come back. We want the Mithril Rod, and then we want to put on some materia on her. I think we're okay there. Okay, that's even worse. So we want to equip. So no, what? I think we want that there. Okay, she's at attack 29. We desperately need her to be 28, 29, or 30. So I think her 30 was okay, but I feel happier with her being at 29. So this is so important, I cannot even. And you know what? I may or may not have mentioned, but I said there was going to be a battle where we need to safety save because we could just die to the boss battle. Well, this is the one. This boss could just start off and murder us. And if that's the case, we need that safety save. So, boss time. So we're going to be doing some real cool breaking here because we are way underleveled for this. How we progress depends on, we have to keep trying to poison Materia Keeper here until it sticks. So, and we're going to keep attempting to poison him as well, or to potion him until then, because we're doing math, so it's super important that the math works out. So, strategy stays the same no matter what. There we go. Poison did not stick. So any damage we do, we need to... That was bad. Okay, we might have to reset anyways because I cured the wrong person, and that's bad. Okay, we're gonna do that. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's fine. So this boss, I do not want to understate how difficult this boss is because it can kill you very easily and is a set of very particular math. But we're okay because that's why you safety save in front of this boss. Very seriously, no joke. Come on, poison. Nope. That's fine. Well, it's a good thing nothing mattered on that one anyways. Good. Safety saves, guys. They save your life. Okay. Come on, Materia Keeper. It is on like Donkey Kong. This is going to be the time he trines me. Yeah, I need you to bio. I need you to cure. Yep, cure yourself. And then I need you... Oh, lovely. Perfect. Okay. Then we're going to potion, cure, and attack. So now we're gonna sit here and wait, because math. So what we're doing is we're getting his attack, his damage to 7777. So he will murder one of my people for 7777, and then he will also die for that amount of damage. That's really bad. That's okay, he died. No, that's good. Him killing Cloud was exactly what we wanted to do. So we're good. So we just murdered that boss. Hello, goodbye. So it's really important we save here because I have dead people, and that's bad. So we just glitched out that boss. Beautiful. So away we go. Whee! So what we have done is we have skipped to a future part of the game. We're not supposed to be here yet, not for quite a while. We are heading towards Rocket Town. We are almost there, in fact, so we're gonna go do some cool things in here. Now, Rocket Town is the home of Sid, who is a character we are going to take with us, which is great. The Tiny Bronco, which we're gonna use to get around. And what I consider to be the hardest boss of this game. Now, Materia Keeper, who we just did, is incredibly technical and is very difficult as well. But Palmer's just a jerk. Like, he is very fast, and he really is for a oversized politician, you would not expect him to be as difficult as he is. But he is. So we're doing some menuing here. So we're going back to active. That's super important. We are going to PHS. Hello. Barrett, I need you to come back to us, please. We are going to, does the tent bring us back? No, excellent. That's why we have these. Hello. That's what the tent's for. Bonk. There we tent. Okay, now we're gonna trank everyone again. We are a team of emo people. We wish to be sad. We are choosing to be sad. Many people don't, and that is unfortunate. Trank, yes. So we want to do this. So we want to do some swapping here. Hello. Give me that. Okay. That is for me. Hello. Restore. And then you can have poison. And I will also do that in a minute. Okay, so everyone has been restored. We have used a tent. We are good for right now. So we're just going to pop in here. Hello. Oh my god, guys, there is a huge rocket. Hello. Bing, 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 bing. So now first thing we gotta do is we gotta talk to this old fellow. So by talking to him twice, and taking a look at this rocket, which is obviously a bit of a sight because it's just sitting kind of tilted, he's gonna give us a really cool sword called the Yoshiyuki. And this sword is really critical for us to have. What it does is when you have everyone else in your party is dead, it will do extra damage. I think it was 20 or 30% extra damage. It's quite a bit. No, it's an extra 10 for everyone who's dead, I think. So it does quite a bit of damage, and we like this. So we're gonna use this to our advantage. But first, we need some high potions. Up. No, okay, we can't. Cool. So we're gonna... High potions are great. We love them. Thank you. Okay. So we've done our menuing. So let us pop into Sid's house here. Because in order to get to... We skipped all the plot, which got us to this point. But in order to get to the next section, I think it's the Temple of the Ancients they're trying to go to, we need a better set of transport. We need to travel across the water. So we are looking for that. So we're trying to get Sid's plane. So Shara just came in and advised us that Sid's at the rocket. So we're like, okay, cool, rocket. Let's go to the rocket. It looks cool, so let's go visit. Doing our climbing. Okay, we will do some more mashing here, but first we're gonna have to name our friend. I'm the captain! Yay! So we have double C's going on here. Can you please tell me about this rocket? So we're gonna sit here mashing buttons for a bit, which is so much fun! Yay! Now, once we're done this series of cutscenes, we are going to safety save because, again, as mentioned before, the next boss is a jerk. He's really not very nice. And depending on our RNG, because once again, we have to try and poison him, sometimes he'll be poisoned first turn and we'll be great and it'll be lovely. But other times, it's just like, well, let's sit here for like 5 turns and wait for him to get poisoned while he is attempting to kill me. So yes, we're gonna safety save just outside. It will lose a little bit of time if we die, but better that than a huge amount because, guys, there's so many cutscenes. Look at all this work we're doing. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Immediately after I get out of this screen, we are going to leave Rocket Town and we're gonna save. Do 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 do. Because then we don't have to do all that stuff again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, So, next set of cutscenes. The reason we save there and not after these cutscenes, because unfortunately that is the last chance we get. We are now trapped into a series of cutscenes where we cannot escape until after Palmer, who is our next boss. So Shara, we're talking to Shara and trying to get Sid to lend us the thing, and he's being really quite grumpy and rude, very rude, especially to Shara. And he leaves, and we're like, we're so sorry we made him mad, and so he's treating you really poorly. And she's like, no, he always treats me like this, and here's why. So, as we're going to find out from this cutscene, he apparently, he was going to get to go into space, which is his dream. But there was a problem, and Shara was on board in a dangerous place, a place not safe for her to be during takeoff. And they end up having to stop the count in order to save her. And in turn, the funding gets cut, and he never makes it into space. So he blames Shara for that. But she thinks there's a problem and that it is not safe for them to go. So as soon as the timer comes up, I get a bit of a break from mashing. There we go. Because since we're on a timer, it's going to guide it for me. Look, Mom, no hands. I always like these sections because you're just like, we're just going to chill here for a bit. Unfortunately, we do not get the resolution of this story in the speedrun, because again, this is about finishing the game, not about the plot. But do play the game if you want to see more on this. It's another cool section of the game. Also, Sid's got the best music, and he gets a few different versions of his track. Also, I want to note, it looks like I'm getting some really super, like, gold splits on my splits, but that was from the beginning of this run, me accidentally pressing a button which, zoomed through all of my splits. So and when they got undone, it went back to, like, the previous thing they were at. I don't quite know. That's why it's showing a 401 for Sephiroth, while my PB is actually 329. I really don't know quite what happened there. So, yeah. Or 340, I think, sorry, is the PB. Needless to say, the times are not quite accurate, so I am doing very well, let's not be wrong, but it is not as drastic as it looks on my splits. So Palmer showed up and is like, oh hey, the president's finally here. And he would like sugar and honey and milk and lard in his tea. Bam. So yes, it looks like Rufus would also like the tiny Bronco to go and chase Shinra, and we're like, no! No! Actually, we don't go no. Shara comes and chases us and goes, actually, come with me. It's like, Palmer's already gone out there, so why don't you talk to him? And we're like, sure man, I love talking to Palmer. I don't. I dislike talking to Palmer, he's a jerk. Okay guys, Palmer, please RNG us. Be good. Don't be a total jerk, even though I know you're a total jerk. Hello. Magic cure. It's really difficult to tell who is who, so we want bio. That's super important. Super importante. So yes, this Mako gun hurts so much. Okay, bio, come on. We really need that bio to take. Come on. Kick it. Nope. Bad. Eventually I'm going to be trying to kill off Red and Barrett, but for now I really kind of need them alive. And poisoning, I need him poisoned, please. Ugh. Please. Unfortunately, the curing is really important. Oh, we did that. Okay, never mind. No, we can't risk it. We need people alive. Are you gonna finally poison him? No! Please! If you kill Barrett, I'm just gonna let you. But I really kinda need Cloud alive. Oh my god. You're seeing some of the problems with this fight. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good. We're getting cured, so we're just gonna try and attack. Hey guys, what's up? So now we're at the point where we are actually gonna... we don't care. We're gonna grenade. What up? Nope, change my mind. No, we need that, because I delayed too long. Oh goodness. That's bad. Now this is where things get scary, because I had Barrett curing Cloud, and he did not. So, oh good, no, we're fine. We're totally okay. So, we want to... cure. We're okay. Or we can defend. Cool. I'm just kind of keeping him as my cure bot. You know what we're gonna do? I will start doing some more damage. Okay. Palmer's down anyways. And my guys are dead, so this is good. This is excellent news. Goodbye. And I split at Fade. So considering how terrible the RNG for that fight was, that was fabulous. I'm actually very happy at that. Okay guys, we got our plane. Let's go! Now there is not much left to this run now. Well, we're not super close to the end, but we're definitely in the latter chunk of this run. There's lots of warps left now. So, we do have a little bit of setup to do for the next warp. I love this track. So, this game has to be rated higher just because of Barrett and Sid's language. You're like, please, guys. So we were gonna fly to our destination, but we just got hit. Really kind of not cool. But apparently we can still use it as a boat, so that's fabulous. Sid's displeased, but he's very sad about his boat. But he is angry at Shinra, so he is joining it. And he's like, oh, you guys are against Shinra? Sign me up. They are jerks, and I don't like them. They are meanies. So we're going to the Temple of the Ancients. That's why we got this. So, yeah, cool, thanks. So, Tiny Bronco can also go on rivers and stuff. So this is totally the right way to the Temple of Ancients. Don't worry about it. Do, 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 do. Going on a boat. We like boats. Let's go on to a boat ride. 'Cause this is some fun. Yeah, welcome to me making up songs to when I'm in sequences like this. Tiny Bronco's awesome. It's interesting because they gave you another way of transportation, but they didn't go drastic. Like, it's not a boat, so you can't just sail everywhere, and it's not an airship, so you can't fly everywhere. But you can make significantly more progress than previous. So, hello. We are, actually, we decided we're not going to the Temple of Ancients. We're going to Midgar. Hello. There's many more cool things over this way. Including dead party members! Yay! So again, I don't want to go too close to Midgar, because that's a waste of time. We don't like it. Wow, did those dead bodies seriously move around? Beautiful. Hey guys, what up? So one thing I am gonna do while we're kind of here though, is we're gonna put Glad in the front row. He does a lot more damage that way. So hey guys, this place might look a little familiar. Apparently they want to give us an encounter beforehand. Are those like ostriches with hands? I can't even, guys. Nope, that failed. Oh, nope. Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm sure there's a lovely way to totally manipulate it so it even heads the correct direction from the get-go, but we're not there yet. So we're slot 4. Away we go. So we know if we go right from load, we should be pretty safe here. Save. Yep, we definitely wanted to do that. Hello. Thank you. Play. So again, we quit on purpose there because we knew that if we did that, we're much more likely to skip the Zolom. So weird, there's no actual cutscene here, so we can just walk right through. So hey guys, it's the Mithril Mines again. How cool. We love this place. It's lovely. Except no Turks, sad. Because again, this is technically after Rocket Town, so we've done this cutscene already. Ding, 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 ding. More with the spikes. Why does everything have spikes? Also, I have a counterattack materia. Counterattack! So why did we come through this way again? Well, we want to kind of modify our original save a little bit here. So let's go back to slot 1, game 1. Gotcha. Okay, so we're gonna Alt F4 again. Get out of there. Quit the game quickly. So we would like to load slot 3. Oh yeah, look at us. You know what? I think what we decided is after we got to see that less fun cutscene earlier of watching all the, calm stuff, I want bike minigame again. If we're gonna do things again, I want the bike minigame. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have the bike minigame. Ha-ha. See how we do this time. We got some bad RNG on the last one, so let's do this. Means we get the cool bike scene music again. coolest of cutscenes. Look at it go. Oh gosh. I was trying to move and my socks are caught. I have buttons on my things and they're caught and I was very sad. Okay. Lovely. We have got this. So, bike game take 2. Better RNG this time. You know what? I don't even need to swing my sword this time. Oh no, they're getting my thing. Whatever will I do? No, please. Yeah, please. So this time we're playing the game of how damaged can we get our party? Let me show you how. So we are purposely letting them attack our car. But not only are we letting them attack our car, I need them to... Oh, sorry. They're attacking the wrong stuff. Guys, please. You're too far. We're trying to take damage, but they are doing it wrong, so I need to kill them and fix it. Get on this side. Over here. Come on. Gosh, corralling these people. Get over there. There you go. A little better. No, no, this side. There you go. That's a little better. Can you hit me a little bit too? No, hit that side. Thank you. Yeah, hit me a little bit too while we're at it. So I just decided I don't even want to play this seriously. Whatever. This is the second time we're doing it. I don't like it. So we're gonna play some silliness here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Take them out. They looked at me funny. Oh no! I need you to attack the other side, please. Yeah, come on, get over there, car. Get over there. So yes, as you guys can probably guess, I am purposely getting damage. As part of the warp coming up, I need to die to the next boss, but why would I possibly wait for the boss to hurt me when I've got this cool mini game to get hurt on? But I want them to attack the left side of the car because it's got Tifa and Barrett in it, and those are the 2 party members which I am going to have in this fight when I get there. So I'm also trying to hurt myself a bit. Okay, boss time. So trying to get hit by motor ball here. Taking whatever damage I can do. Please hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Instead of stop hitting yourself, it's please hit yourself. Please hit yourself. So that's good. So because Tifa and Barrett died in this battle, they are going to start Motorball with 1 HP each. And as you may remember from the first time I fought Motorball for realsies, he hit you right away. Oh, miss. Why are you missing Cloud? That was not very nice. So, cool thing, I got this stock of grenades here from earlier. Cool thing, you can attack yourself with grenades. Thank you, Motorball, for missing me. Why do the bosses only miss you when you want them to hit you? You're like, please hit me, and they're like, nah, I'm feeling a little pity for you today. I think I'll leave it. Oh no, I'm dead. How totally unexpected and terrible. Okay, so that did a thing. So we're gonna start off. We're saved by this forest, and do you guys know who we can find in forests? That's right, we are here looking for Yuffie. These warps are called Yuffie warping for a reason. So she has a 1 in 8 chance of showing up. Practice has shown me that she rarely actually shows up in 1 in 8, but this is usually a fun time where I like to let people guess how many times it is going to take. My personal guess this time is, say, 12. Ideally, we want her to show up right away. I cannot progress in the game until Yuffie shows up. So we're just going to chill here for a bit. No, not Yuffie. Run. I do have to keep an eye out on Cloud's health. If he dies before Yuffie shows up, bad stuff will happen. I need him to be alive. The trick only works if you die at the key points. So thankfully, though, he's got that handy-dandy cure materia. So we're just going to cure whenever required. So that's 2 battles. 2 battles. Hopefully it's less than 8. but chances are it'll be so. I said 12, so we're at 2. This won't be 1. You can usually tell from the camera pan whether it's Yuffie or not. I was pretty sure that's a similar camera pan, so that was the 3rd one, but it's not the right one. So Yuffie, after the calm flashback, I believe it is, Yuffie can show up at any point in a forest, and usually you have to defeat her and then answer a series of questions, and she is going to join us. But we're going to see what happens here. That was the 4th battle as well. This is where we pray to the RNG gods. Is this her? Nope. So, like I say, similar pan. No, that was battle 5. At least they didn't hit me. That's nice. Very kind. Come on, let's see if 6 times the charm. 6 times the charm. Nope. 6 not the charm. Oh, Grand Spike. These guys are not very nice. I don't like them. I don't really need to cure now, but I kind of cure when I get to there just in case. Sometimes those battles, especially if it's in a back attack, we can get a few people attacking. So let's see if 7 times the charm. 7's a lucky number. We used 7s earlier, so come on. Come on, my friend. Oh, is that the one? Nope. Come on. 8 to stay in the you know, our lovely ratio. Don't make me a liar, Yuffie. Just so you know, Yuffie's gonna make me a liar. That's what she does. She steals your materia and makes you a liar. 8 time, not the charm. Come on, nice try. Please do show up soon. Come on. I think those are the bird things again. No, it's a back attack. Weird pen. Yeah, see, this is why I keep him cured up. Nope, we don't want an item. Magic. Come on, 10th try, Yuffie. Please be a pal and show up. Nope. So, we're in double digits. Good. And guys, this is very stereotypical of these runs. Yuffie does not like to show up. If you're familiar with the Final Fantasy VI runs, searching for Gao got nothing on searching for Yuffie. Yuffie just like, nope, I'm gonna show up when you least want or expect it. This feels like Yuffie, I don't know why. I know it's not, but it just kind of felt like her. Okay, so 11, no 11, so my guess was 12. So we have one more turn to get in my count. Come on, 12. Come on, 12. Please, Yuffie, be a good pal. Nope. So it wasn't 12 either. Lucky number 13, perhaps? Do the dance thing. Okay, so come on, lucky number 13. The music keeps awesome. Come on, 13. No, of course not. And all the while you're just running around, dragging around your poor friends who are just taking a nap. You're actually being a true pal, doing all this work while they rest up. Okay, 14. 14's gotta be a good number. Come on. Oh, I think that's it. I think that's the pan we want. It is! Yay! You know who likes Braver? Yuffie likes Braver. Oh hey, we beat the battle. Yay, so let's do the menus and stuff to go get Yuffie. What? What? Well, look, hey, Motorball, what up? Third time's the charm, apparently. Hello, my friend. Welcome. We're here to be friends. We're gonna do a little cure here. It's unlikely you die to this fight, but he can crit you on some of the future attacks. Oh yeah, so Motorball has 2600 HP, and I do about 250 an attack, so just over 10 times, or less than that, if I counter. Which I've done, so we're up to 2. 3. Yeah, see, that move can actually crit. 4. We're doing less damage than usual. Not quite sure why, but oh, I think Cloud was dead for a battle earlier, so that's why he probably is missing a level. We are gonna fight on this dude. So we're gonna cure next thing. Because again, he can do quite a bit of damage, and we do not want that to happen. How's that, braver? Gonna do braver right now. It's not very nice, my friend. Slam. Slam. Dead! Goodbye! Aptly named Mylon Z, because you fight him once, he comes and attacks. You're fighting him for the second time, and he comes at you in a back attack. Goodbye. So, now, we did the Barrett skip the first time we did this the legit not warpy way. Now, and that just makes things faster. We actually have to do the Barrett skip losing this time. We need to keep everyone dead, and just bad things happen if you don't. So, Barrett skip at this point is required. It's cool at the beginning, but here it's required. So, we're gonna go and do that. Do 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 do. Okay, so as you should. Not quite. So close. Nope. Let's stay. We don't actually want to go. We want to. Almost. Nope. Nope, we're staying here. We're having a party here. Everything's fine. No, we just didn't even try that time. Like, this is frame perfect, and it's quite challenging. As you can see. As long as you pick the right menu options, you know, you're safe, but... Nope. And again, you always know you got it because everything goes a little wonky. Come on, Barrett. Play ball. Nope. We want to stay. We're having a party here, guys. We are not ready to go. Everything is beautiful, nothing hurts. That's a little early. Like, a lot early, but better to be early than late. Nope. Oh, we're so close to the edge. That's good. Nope. And sometimes it just avoids you. It's just like, nope, you're gonna stay in Midgar. Midgar's fun. We love Midgar. Nope, I know I didn't get it that time. Ah, got it. Don't know. Let's go. Bye. Okay, good. We got it. Now, again, you cannot go back into Midgar. Everything breaks. But hey, look what's parked over here. That's convenient. So we're just gonna take our party bus here. We parked our party bus and head the wrong way. Good. We took the party bus and that was great. And so we're gonna take it back home. So that was the reason we did that particular warp, is we needed to have our tiny Bronco there. We need it. We need it. So, and this is going to help us get to some cool parts. So, there's a specific section we're going to do here shortly. But first, we got to kind of trigger some things. So we're doing the yield. Run back. Oop. Getting all twisty turny here up in there. So there's Rocket Town. Hi Rocket Town, how are ya? How you feeling today? You had a bit of a bad day, but don't worry about it. We got your back. We got you. So what we're trying to do here is we are specifically trying to come right here. So we are trying to go on the back side of Mount Nebel. So we don't want to go in the front. We specifically want to come out this way. So you see none of my indicators are going. And if you notice, I'm moving the controller and nothing is happening. So technically we're frozen, but this is okay. This is, we absolutely were expecting to do this. So apparently Sephiroth's here and he's talking to us. Cool beans. We're leaving. We're done. So we are going to actually we're gonna do, yes, might need that last tent in a minute, but we're fine. So we are going to safety save because we like safety saving. Hello, he's in the front row, which is important. He's in the front row? Yes, good. So back on the boat. Hello. So what we're looking for here, not only did we want to trigger that, but we need to come up the river. There's some cool things up here. And we went up the wrong side. Hello. And taking the river. No, we didn't. I was going the right way. This is where we want to be. So there's some beaches here. We want this beach. Okay, there we go. So we are going to hang out a little bit over here. So we are hunting for a very specific encounter. It's rather important that we get it. Nope. Doom, 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 doom. So we are literally going to hunt around here until we get this specific encounter. The one we are looking for in question has 1 flat beat and 3 Spencers. Oh, these guys are scary. This is why we safety saved earlier, because these guys are jerks and can just ruin your day because they're not very nice. Running away from everything. Okay, this is the one we were looking for. 3 flat beats and a Spencer. Or 3 Spencers and a flat beat. So, it's great. And now we're come back to the beach. We have decided we no longer want to hang out with anything over there. We want to enjoy some time in the beach. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Fighting an egg. Smash. So we have defeated the egg. We have won the day. And we're in a really cool place now. This is the debug room. Welcome. So we're going to talk to some very specific people and answer some very specific things. So we wanted Ema, and we want Vincent. Hello. So we've just recruited Vincent. He's a pretty cool dude. So we're going to go left, and we want this Yuffie, not the other Yuffie. So we want item Iro. And we want a member Zenin. So, okay, so we're switching, and then we're talking to her again. So we want menu on. Full name. Then we would like next page, which is up here. And then we want full materia, because full materia is pretty cool. Okay, so. Hello. Don't mind the weird names. They're totally normal. Nothing to worry about. So we would like both Vincent and Sid into my party. That is a pretty cool thing to do. Everyone's in the front row. Lovely. So we're gonna equip some stuff. Ultimate weapon. Don't worry about it. That's totally cool. And then we're gonna do this. We're gonna arrange everything. We're gonna look for some cool stuff. So we would like to. Where's counter? Thank you. Double cut. Love double cut! And then we are also giving him a double cut, because double cut is cool. All the cool kids have double cut. And Vincent, he's got some special things. We want him to have steel up in his weapon. And we would like a master magic, which is all the way, like, at the top. Hello. So you have a master magic, because that's a cool thing to do. So Yuffie's just been chilling here, and that's sad. So we're gonna go back to next page and battle 999, because we like this. This is cool. So we are gonna fight against the truly vicious and brutal enemies of triangles, and we're gonna attack the top one with Vincent. Do. We're so good at this, guys. So we just got legit millions of HP, so or experience, so we liked that. Alright, I was gonna do that again, just in case. And we're gonna do that again. We liked that a lot. Oh no. So we want to attack. Done. So, as you can see, our levels have already grown greatly, so we did that a second time, which is lovely. And you would have noticed something leveled up there. So that was that steel materia, which Vincent had. So we purposely did not give him his ultimate weapon previously, because we really needed him to level up that steel materia in order to get Mug. So we want to do switch again, and we're going to talk with this Tifa. Hello. And we want Laz 44, because that's a cool thing. Guys, please hold on to your reactors and any belongings you have. We are now ready to fight the last couple bosses. So here's Genova. She's just chilling a bit, because that's what you do. You just chill here with Genova. Oh, hi, Genova. What up? So we have a very specific way of doing things here. So I'm just going to pay attention. No, you. So we're double cutting. And we're ending each of these with the Mug command. And by killing an enemy with the Mug command, it throws it into a glitch state where it cancels all animations. So we don't have to watch her die. We don't have to do anything fancy. Genova's dead. Goodbye. Goodbye, Genova. You are done. So we're escaping from Reactor 7 again, and the train. Or not. I'm not quite sure what's happening. We're just gonna chill here a bit. A light. Is this light holy? I don't know what you're talking about, whoever's talking. Oh, hey, look, it's a train. Guys, we're on a train. Oh, hey, there's some cool characters up there. That's neat. So the debug room is it wasn't purposely left in the game, but it tends to be put in a game to try and figure out, to do testing of different commands and different things. And when the game is ready to go, they lock access to it, or they used to lock access to it. I think these days they actively remove it after it was realized. People found out that when you fight that specific battle, with the that battle I fought and ran away from before the beach, it literally just kind of breaks things badly. I always make sure everything's fine here. Why do I go into magic to check it though? Okay, we're cool. Let's go! So yeah, someone found out by running away from that specific battle, the flappers and whatnot, and then fighting and winning a battle, you could get access to the debug room. So this game is like FF4 no CW, sorry, because you walk up billions of stairs and then skip a whole huge chunk of the game. So again, all of these fights now are gonna consist mostly of double cutting and mugging. So this one's a bit particular, so I'm gonna pay attention here for a minute. Because this battle, again, there's no fear of me winning, but if I don't get the timings quite right, then Bizarro Sephiroth will use that cure again in between, and I won't skip the animation of them dying. So that is not ideal, so, okay, we should be good. There we go. Dead Roth. Okay. On to One Wing Angel. For anyone who likes it, it's time. Do-do. Do 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 do. Okay, so we're chilling here for a minute. Because he's gonna put up a wall and we need him to not have wall, so. Should be all set up to just beat him now, but we do have to wait. So again, it's a series of double cutting until he's almost dead, and then using Mug to finish off, to skip the animations and such. So you kind of have to really pay attention to where you are and what you're doing. So we did beat Sephiroth, this version of Sephiroth, though time is not until the end of this particular battle. So, now the cool thing about this battle is you are automatically given Cloud's ultimate materia, or not materia, limit break, Omnislash, and there's supposed to be no way for you not to use it. Either you choose to use it, or you sit there, Sephiroth attacks you, and then you counter with Omnislash, with 1 HP left. But because we did kill the final Sephiroth with Mug, the way we did, all the animations are still cancelled. So what we're going to do to save some time, we are going to sit here. We are not going to attack. But instead of countering with Omnislash, which is what you're supposed to do, we are actually going to just regular attack. And the kill condition for here is for Sephiroth to die. So, is just for him to get hit. Yeah, the kill condition is for him to die. Yeah, he just needs to get hit. So, and we're done. Goodbye. Game over. So that is the end of my Final Fantasy VII any percent PC run. It is a really fun run with some really cool tech, which is in there, plus just a lot of fun things to explore in the game. Plus, it's honestly not even filled with that many spoilers, because you just play through the beginning couple hours of the game and then jump right to the end. and fight a few bosses in between. So this is a lot of fun, and so this is my submission. I hope you enjoy it, and we will definitely keep running this game no matter what. So enjoy. Okay, and that